What's going on, everybody? Cali Death Podcast back once again with the number 2 live episode. I don't know if we're going to be doing this every time, but it's something that was fun last week, so we decided to do it again this week. If you haven't checked out that episode, go back and check it out because it was a really fucking dope conversation with Joel Cupcake. He's a fucking sick dude that's fucking booking shows in the Bay for a long fucking time, and yeah. Go hit that back and fucking check that out. But yeah, today on this Thursday, we got an old homie and somebody I'm about to meet for the first time. Well, yeah, I don't know if we've ever actually talked online or anything, but Chaney, I've been wanting to meet you for a long time. So this is really cool that I get to meet you in this setting on our show.
Oh yeah.
Navene, what's up, dude? Haven't talked to you in fucking ages, but it's fucking sick as fuck that we can talk right now. I love everything that you guys been doing for the last 10 years, fucking whatever. So I want to hear all of it and more. I'm here with my resident homies, Casey, Joel, and Joseph. I'm Anthony, episode 32, and we are fucking here. If you're hanging out with us right now, kick back, relax, and fucking listen to some assholes say some dumb shit.
Hell yeah, bro.
Hell yeah.
Fucking good to see you, man. You look good.
Thanks,
dude.
Yeah.
You're looking spry.
Yeah, dude. I mean, after 3 kids and all that shit, I'm still fucking twinkle toes, dude. I'm moving around pretty nice, dude.
And you delivered them all, right?
Stand nimble.
Yes.
You look good 3 kids later, yeah. Nice.
Okay.
Yep.
Are you
and
still...
by the way, my wife looks better than me, so.
Amazing.
That's awesome.
Are you still living in, you're from Pacifica, right?
Yeah. Yeah, still in Pacifica. I'm in fucking, been here all my life, dude. And
amazing.
Got a hold of a piece of property at a time that was right for me and
lucky
family.
That's awesome, man. The property thing is something that we talk about all the time and how it's close to impossible to own something here because it's so goddamn expensive.
I wouldn't be able to do it now.
Yeah.
It was the timing. That's all it was.
That's amazing. You're very lucky.
I took advantage of fucking the rest of the world plummeting for a while.
Oh, okay. So
during think with the pandemic and shit that like shit would drop, but in Santa Cruz it's like skyrocketed. Like it's like for like a 1-2 bedroom. Like I was at a pizza joint the other day, and I was looking like next door was a real estate office, and I was looking at all the pictures. Like it's like 2 bedroom, 672 square feet, 1.2 million. I'm just like, fuck.
Oh
like,
my God.
That's gonna be like, I mean, your payments are gonna be like $6 or $7 grand a month for that. Like,
I think that something like this was definitely like a thing that pushed people over the edge to the other side of whether or not they'd be moving. It's like they want to get out of, they feel congested in the place that they're in, they end up moving out. A lot of people down south in Southern California and all that, everybody's like switching places right now because it's like nobody really feels like comfortable maybe in the places that they used to. I don't know.
Yeah, for sure.
Totally.
For sure. We've thought about it for sure. Gone somewhere a little bit cheaper. I mean, we make things work right now, but we got to work really hard in order to do so.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you have a very sick pad too. So right now, I mean, keep that place as long as you can.
There's reasons to stay at these places. We're talking like, I mean, I'm not bragging, but I am bragging because P-Town's the little fucking gem on the coast, and Santa Cruz has always been a gem to me. Growing up that an hour away, I'm fucking down there, and everything's fucking. I fit right in down there, So it's just like these pockets,
Totally. Santa Cruz is a really cool community within California as well. Like just being from the Midwest where I'm from, sorry to interrupt you, but I'm not.
No. Go ahead.
I'm not like really made for the closer to the city parts of the real city parts of California, and just towns like Santa Cruz, like Pacifica, even down to Monterey, all of those cool surf towns are just exactly like, that's the California that I really love.
I hate it when I have to go into San Francisco.
I'm not a fan.
I fucking despise it unless it's for a show or something like that, like something that I'm excited for. If it's for anything else that I'm not excited for, I'm just like, fuck, dude.
How was your experience? Navene, you lived in Oakland and San Francisco.
Yeah. Well, it was all right. It's just stressful. Because honestly, for most of the time, you just kind of want to do your daily routine and then go home and have that be easy, and you're not really thinking about like, oh, it's so cool that I live in San Francisco. You know what I mean? At least for me, that like the type of person that I am, I'm not really like a huge city person, but
Same.
I honestly think I could live anywhere, like as long as I have like my guitar and I can make music and stuff. I don't really seem to be too affected by where I live, and I think maybe that's because I don't know. I started touring pretty young, and that straight up sucks. So you have to just get used to like just whatever.
Have you ever lived anywhere away from an ocean though?
Not well, sort of. Like I lived in North Hollywood, so that
really
sounds not that far, but it's like to get to the ocean would probably take you like an hour or two.
Well, I remember one day we rode the bus from our house in North Hollywood down to the ocean, and it took us 3.5 hours.
Yeah, it took like
it was fucking nuts, and I was just like, I'm never going to this again.
Yeah, or I guess you could. I mean, yeah, like so it's not that far technically, but I never went to the beach.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right.
And honestly, it's kind of funny. We were actually down in Capitola Village right before this, and we were sitting there, and Chaney was like, "Yeah, I don't think I've ever gone in." Like,
I never have. I've lived here for 9 years, and I've never. I maybe have dipped my toes into the ocean 2 times because it's freezing. The ocean is so fucking cold here. There's no. It's not joyous to go into the water in the same way that it is in Florida, where it's very warm outside.
Or Hawaii, like
yeah.
You could fucking dive right in board shorts in Hawaii, no problem, and it feels like you're in a fucking pool.
I'm in San Diego, so yeah, it's kind of like that.
Okay, you're getting that.
I mean, I would characterize living in Oakland and San Francisco as hell, pure hell, for sure.
Don't you notice sometimes though that the people that who live in the city are a little more pissed off, like a little more agitated all the time than anyone else.
On edge. Yep.
Yeah, dude, because they constantly, like when they park their cars, there are no designated parking spaces. So when they park their cars, they have to like worry about, am I parking it there at the right time? Is street cleaning going to come through? Is someone going to fucking break into my car? What's going to happen? So that's a whole stressor.
To eliminate that, I would have to like not drive a car if I lived there, but then you're confined so much more after you lose your means of transportation,
I've got the ideal like deal if you want to live in a city. All right. So you don't have a car, you live in like a small apartment, right? And you don't have very much stuff, and your occupation is like poet or something like that. That would be fucking sick. I could definitely see that.
And you just
being
go
cool.
to the coffee shop every day and get
make that sustainable, dude.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You just kind of cruise around and like that's your thing. You never really leave like your little neighborhood. Like
then it's
I could
ideal.
definitely get into that, but for me, like I have a car, I have drums, I have all this stupid stuff, and like, I mean, when I lived in the city, like my kitchen was my studio, what I'm saying?
Oh, that's
so it's like, it's just goofy, straight up.
Goofy,
sense. And then, but what is funny about that is I had a 1-bedroom apartment, and it was $1,100 a month, utilities included. And I remember being like, God, this is fucking just like such a ripoff,
Yeah.
And like now I don't even know how much it is. I know that rents are going down though in San Francisco right now, but
yeah.
Like
they're like I think they're like 30% down or something like that.
It's a big drop.
Yeah.
I know for a while there that same apartment would have been like $3 or $4 grand, like
probably what it is now. I mean, actually, no, it's probably 25 now. If it's gone down a little bit, but still,
But it sucked. I mean, it was a shithole. It was like in the outer mission, but it was cool, I guess. I mean, I don't know. I'm sort of a creature of habit, so it's like, at the end of the day, I just want to go straight home, do my thing, play guitar, whatever, and like, there's just a ton of people up in my way, and since I live there, dude, I was like, I will never live anywhere where I can't just drive my car like directly to my front porch. Like I'm not even talking about like a 15-foot walk, It's been like car directly
seriously
to door.
That's something that I'm unwilling to give up. Like I don't want to park my car like a block away from my fucking house and have to walk up 3 flights of stairs.
Dude, one block would have been a dream. That would have been like, yes, I got a fucking super sick spot tonight.
I know. And I've noticed because of that though, Navene is willing to park like the farthest place away from any place that we're going. Like if we're going to Home Depot, he'll park at like the back of the parking lot, just like not even look for spots, just because he's so used to that parking far
it's
away
like, oh,
from
there's a
shit.
spot. We should probably just go ahead.
Yeah, that's exactly how I do it, dude. It's like it's not about distance. It's just about finding the spot as quick as you can, so you can just move on to the next thing, dude.
It's like, one in the hand, 2 in the bush. Like you got 1 in the hand, you see one right there. There's 2 in the bush. There might be that front spot that you might want, but like. Fuck, like trying to go find that thing.
Gonna be there, and then you're gonna swoop back around to where
I know it's parking famine mindset.
While I'm already pushing my cart into the store.
Yeah,
I lived in like downtown for 1 year. That was like on Geary Street, right next to Polk, like right by Van Ness. You know, so that's like in the heart of like just down like a block away from the Great American Music Hall. You know, and like I had to park. Like before I had a garage, which was like $300 a month. That was fun. But before I did that, I had to park like 4 or 5 blocks up the street near like Japantown. And then I'd walk on, or was it Franklin? I think I'd park on, and then I'd have to walk down, and then I had to move my car by 10 a.m. So I'd have to like get up and then move it somewhere like closer and try to get like a meter until I had to go to work, like because I worked in the afternoon.
Jesus,
it was madness. And then my car got broken into so much that like I just was like, okay, I'll pay $300 a month. That windshield cost me like $400.
Yeah,
you know? Like
dude, somehow my car never got broken into. And I was also thinking of this the other day. I remember this one time I went to a show at Great American Music Hall, and it was like after. So I used to live in Santa Cruz, and I would drive up to the city to jam with Animosity. And I went up there and we had jammed, and then I went and jammed with this other band. Right. So I had my drums in the car, and then I went to a show at Great American Music Hall, and I think about this all the time because it's so dumb. I parked my car on the street, whole drum set in plain view in my little hatchback Ford. And I always think of like, I didn't even really think twice about it. I was just like, yeah, I'm just going to go to this show. But it's like, now I would never do that. But I think at the time,
think about this though, dude.
Like,
it's a smash and grab. Like they see a whole kit of drums are like, really what am I going to do is grab one cymbal and fucking run,
true.
You know?
That's true.
Like they want to find the stuff where it's quick smash. Like, outside of a suffocation show, I got my mom's expedition broken into because some chick we were with left her fucking purse on the seat. But that's a smash and grab right there. Yep. You see a purse on the seat, it's smash the window, grab the purse, you're out. You know?
Yeah.
But it's so fucked up because that's something that Navene had to teach me not to do. I'm so not used to having to hide my purse and hide my weed and everything.
Yeah.
Well, to this day, Navene will like catch me leaving things out in the open that I just never would have thought would
like, I'm taking all the shit. I'm taking the phone charger. I'm taking the. Don't leave anything.
It's so much more neurotic than what I'm used to. It's crazy, just what you have to be aware of, and I feel like that adds this whole extra element onto people's lives that they shouldn't really have to deal with. And it sucks.
That sounds like a good segue to get into a little bit of your past, Chaney.
I got one more car breaking story though.
Okay.
So sorry, Chaney. I want to hear it. But my favorite was being parked in that alley by the Furniture Dome. Do you guys remember that apartment? Okay.
No, you've been there.
Oh, the Furniture Dome.
Yeah.
Oh, I've been. Sorry.
The legendary Furniture Dome, you know. And so I used to be parked in that alley, and at the time I had a Toyota truck that had like a camper shell on the back, and there was like the 2 sliding windows, and so like those were locked like in the inside, but someone like one night like cut like a perfect slit like around the side window, like slithered in like a snake into the back window like of my truck, and like just stole like my like cheap phone chargers and my like booklet of burned CDs. That was it, dude. And just slithered and never opened my doors, never broke any of the things. Just they must have crawled in and crawled out like a salamander, dude. It was like the weirdest thing. I was like, just weird.
You know what? That's right around around that same area. My car was parked and someone smashed the window out and grabbed like my like a backpack full of tools and like a really sick first aid kit that I had.
Do you remember when we lived in Van Nuys when we were driving the van and I left my iPod in the van and I left the van unlocked and someone broke into the van and only took my iPod?
Yeah, they didn't break in.
Oh, they didn't break in. They just opened the door. But I just never suspect that at all.
That's all obsolete items to steal now is CDs and iPods. Like,
I know.
Yeah, I know. Although I was thinking today, I would really, really fucking like an old school iPod.
Because I still have mine, but I got to keep it up plugged into a power source in order for it to stay on.
The battery is totally shut.
But all the songs still play.
You can order a new battery for that shit off of eBay.
Oh, okay. And figure out you could pop it open yourself and do it.
Nice. Yeah.
Ways for sure. Yeah, dude.
When Frank,
yeah, it's probably like really cheap too.
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah, it's probably like $10.
When Frank Costa was still playing in our band, like, you know, at the beginning, and we were on tour together, he had an old school iPod and he had so much shit on there, and I would just plug it in and listen to stuff, and I just found out about so many bands that way.
Well, what was so cool about those things is that you could manually manage your songs. So if you went over to a friend's house, you're like, let me hook up my iPod, and you just go through their shit and just drop albums into it, dude. Dude, I have like 7 Fleshrot demos from Dan Kenny, dude.
Oh, nice.
Oh, really?
Maybe not 7, but like 7 songs or whatever, like the various things that you had did as Fleshrot before you did it on, you know, the full release on Metal Blade. All those demos and shit, Dan Kenny.
I loved that shit back in the day. The MySpace stuff.
Hell yeah!
I found out about Fleshrot way before the full length came out.
All right, what about though, you guys? What about when the iPod video came out and it was like you could put porn in this fucking thing?
Free for touring. Oh man,
with that little tiny screen, dude.
yeah, and you were like, "Fuck yes."
Oh, that was for tour. Game changer, dude. It was like, I was like, wait a minute. There's video on it. That means you can put porn on there. I'm just getting one of those fucking things.
Squinting in the middle of the night, like under a blanket.
And so I had a crash cymbal from Guitar Center that I had bought, and I was on tour when the iPod video came out, and I was like, dude, I'm taking that cymbal back and getting an iPod video. Yeah, I took it back because then I got like $200 off or something.
One of Navene's first romantic gifts to me was an iPod.
That's
actually,
right, yeah.
That was the iPod that was stolen.
Was it custom engraved?
It wasn't custom engraved. There were some fucking prime tunes on it when he gave it.
It
to
was
me.
like
a mixtape.
it was the iPod, like it was the little one that had a video on it.
The Nano.
The Nano.
iPod Nano.
Yeah.
But someone had given it to me on tour or something. I don't know. Anyway.
And he's like, I'll use it to get this girl.
Yeah, I was like, here, you want this?
Like I paid a bunch of money for this.
What's up?
Nothing but porn on it.
So what the fuck is Bang Bus?
So that was hilarious. Good times. But, you know, now you got your iPhone and it's got everything.
Everything's in there.
This thing sucks. I hate this.
The current Philosopher's Stone, the iPhone.
What was just back in the day of your old touring days, Navene, with Animosity and stuff, like way back, how was your like means of music? Because in Decrepit we had like different iPods, like the old school ones like that, and whoever was driving got to put on the music. You know, how was it for you guys in those old days?
So at first it was the iPod because Leo, the vocalist, was the only one who had an iPod.
Yeah,
and we were like,
rich kid shit.
That's fucking crazy. It was like the first one that was super thick with the click wheel.
Oh, the wheel. Yeah. I think Joel had one of those, right?
And it was like, yo, I'm driving. Who's got the iPod, man? You know, pass that shit.
Yeah.
And so it was that, but it was CD books, you know, before that, you'd bring your CD book out.
Yep.
I just had like
the books. Yeah.
The Necrophagist. I remember like I had a black CD. That's the only black CD I've ever seen. It's like a burned copy of that.
Oh yeah.
And then I actually have a small CD book somewhere in my house.
I find it whenever we're cleaning during spring break.
It's got like Case Logic or some shit.
Yeah, it's got like my tour jams on there, and it's like it's all death metal, and then like Frank Zappa and Morgan Agron CD. That's it.
Yeah.
Nice.
That was kind of my thing. But yeah, it was mainly iPod, and then once everybody had an iPod and you did that. But we broke up in 2008. So yeah, I don't think there was iPhones at the time. I think I had
maybe a BlackBerry.
I think I had a Sidekick.
Music on it. There wasn't. I had a Sidekick for sure. I loved
BlackBerry.
that.
Yeah. Then I went into BlackBerry. Had the BlackBerry. Thought it was so sick to have the QWERTY.
I was never a BlackBerry guy. I had the Sidekick too. I had a couple of those, and then I think from there I went to the iPhone. Straight up. But we were actually, what's funny, we were just talking about fucking. Me and my friends were just talking about Sidekick 2 yesterday. The thing was the best.
Oh yeah, Sidekick.
Fuck yeah, the one that you flip it and
that was the shit. Dude. It was such a good product. Like the way they streamlined everything to work just for the phone, and like they configured websites to work on it, and so that was pretty sick, having that. But I saw all that stuff come into being. This is gonna make me sound really old. I remember being on tour, and we played a show like outside of the Boston area, and it was with that band Embrace the End. I don't know if you guys remember that.
Yeah, totally.
But they were on a laptop, and they were in their van, and they were like, "Yo, man, is there any Wi-Fi out there?" And I was like, "What the fuck's Wi-Fi?
What the fuck's a Wi-Fi, dude?"
Like, I literally had never heard of wireless internet, and like they were like, "Dude, it's like the internet, but it just like
flies into
to your computer." And I was like, wow, dude, that's fucking crazy, man. So that's amazing. Where I'm at. That's where I'm coming from.
Hell yeah.
I would definitely borrow Anthony's Sidekick in extreme lonely moments and visit certain websites.
Dan would send me like nude pictures, and it would take like 10 minutes to download.
It's like the pictures going like.
It's like, ooh, yeah. Isn't that funny how it used to be like that?
You're like, dude, this is gonna be so sick when it loads.
And then it just freezes at the neck. You're like, God damn it.
Funny story about that too. I remember when I had my Sidekick too, and I was like, I was driving around one day, and then like I pulled over, and I was on Mission Street, and I like, because I was like, I wonder if I could look up like porn sites on this thing.
You pulled over. You're like, I gotta pull over and see if I can.
It's like a whole new thing. Like, what does this thing do?
It's like an epiphanous moment to where you literally have to pull the vehicle over.
Dude, pulled over, and I tried, and it loaded pics, obviously. And then I remember I straight away texted Leo, and I was like, dude, you can look at fucking porn on this thing.
It's the fucking future, dude.
Oh my God.
Yeah, horrible. So yeah, anyway, I've talked about porn more than I have.
Cali porn podcast.
I mean, I could extend it with asking you who has better quality video, the iPod or the Sidekick too, on when it comes to your porn.
Oh, iPod
for sure.
Down, dude. It had videos on it, man. Like the Sidekick 2, it didn't play video. I don't even know if there was YouTube at that time.
I don't know. I didn't have the phone.
Yeah, what year did YouTube start, guys?
2006 or 7.
Or 6 or 7. Okay, that was like 8.
Okay, so it was around that. I want to say this was more like 2005 that I got that thing. 5, 6. Mm-hmm. So maybe there was YouTube, but I don't think it was.
But people weren't watching YouTube on their devices yet. That was like a knob that like came like later. YouTube came first, then it was like apps for YouTube. You can watch it on the device.
In like the 2010s, and people would start watching YouTube all the time.
Well, then it's like the iPhone. I remember when the first iPhone came out, like it had all these capabilities, but the internet network was still kind of slow. So it was like. Yeah, it can catch up like deal. It loads websites like normal websites, and it's like, well, that's cool and all, but now it took like so long to load a freaking website, and that's what was sick about the Sidekick too. And I kind of wish there was something like that still, where it just makes it all simple, And I don't know, that was like really cool. And the message and all that shit.
I have nothing to offer on these phones because I don't think I had a phone until the iPhone 3.
No, you had a BlackBerry.
I had a BlackBerry, but I wasn't really into using it.
I straight about a Nokia where you had to pull the antenna out.
Holy shit.
That was my first phone, dude. You pull the antenna out. I had a fucking pager. I was doing things, dude.
A pager. That's dating you.
Yeah, actually, when did you start playing guitar?
No, I want to go back to where I wanted to.
I know, I was just fucking around.
I wanted to get into Chaney a little bit. Yeah. I wanted to get into Chaney because she said she's from the Midwest. I heard you're from I listened to you guys's. I actually really enjoyed your recent Metal Blade announcement podcast.
Yeah, that was good.
I loved it. I loved it. You guys were great.
Yeah, I was watching it.
Yeah. I hit him up and was like, "You guys need to get drunk more often on your podcast."
Yeah.
You know what's funny?
Right.
My mom particularly loved that episode, and she's an avid listener.
You guys were having a blast, and it made me. I was busting tires while I was listening to. Like, I'm having a good fucking time with these guys too, and these guys and gals too.
So there is another podcast where I was really, really drunk, but I feel bad about it on a regular basis.
I heard about that on the Joel podcast you were talking about.
The Blake one.
See, this is how often he brings it up. That's how bad he feels.
Oh, that's
exactly.
It sucks. I was like, just because he's not. If he had been drunk, it would have been funny, But he's just like, totally.
Yeah, he's all just
Johnny Be Good, like straight up dude, Mr. Captain America, and it's like I'm over there like, dude.
But this is literally this is what happens every time we're around BT Bam.
I know,
not just with you, it's just because they don't like really participate in drinking as much as we do. So you get us on a bus after a show after we see them perform Colors in its entirety, and we're like, fuck you.
And they have like
I was at that Oakland show, by the way.
Mountains of beer on their bus because they somehow still people give them beer. And like I think only one of them sort of drinks it here and there. So they have like mountains of beer, and I'm like, dude, let me have these beers. Like, are you kidding me? And
it's just
they're like, yeah, whatever.
It's off kilter.
So it's just not good, man. It's not good.
No, it actually wasn't bad at all, and it's never embarrassing ever. Because I went back and listened to the episode because Navene wouldn't check it out, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna check it out and see if it was bad. And you didn't even seem really drunk.
I don't know.
I think that's how these all seem, dude. You get out of it because I don't listen to these, and there's been times where I've gotten way past what I should be as a host of a fucking show, and and then you get
there
that
was only one time though.
Oh, okay. I don't even. Maybe I feel there's.
No, you're like fine, man. That's what I'm trying to say. Is that
I'm good. Yeah, see, I'm good right now. But maybe at the end of this one, I don't know, dude.
I think it was the Gabe Sieber episode or something.
Okay.
So Casey knows.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I had to make that beer.
Casey knows. Yeah.
Oh yeah. It was episode 22.
Either way, what happens is we're doing this. We're hanging out. We're fucking getting fucked up and having a good time. That's like what these things are for. It's like it's the same thing as if we were at shows.
Exactly.
We go out for a fucking smoke, or you go out for a joint, or you're backstage or whatever. It's just like beers are always going, and we're all from like that same environment. So it's like we're latching on to the similarities of being in that atmosphere and going for it, dude.
Totally.
And we get to do it every Thursday night, which is awesome.
Right. We do it every Sunday. Well, we stopped.
Yeah. we're taking a quick break for the next few weeks.
That's all good.
Oh yeah.
What got you guys into?
We gotta finish this album. We're working on an album, and it's like we both work, day jobs and blah blah blah. So we're like, what? Sunday we usually kind of ends up spending the whole day because it's like we have to set everything up, and then we have to. It's supposed to stay set up, but we always come in here and like take shit from the podcast. Like, oh, I need an extra XLR. I'll just grab it from the podcast room, or like, you know what I mean? Or take the stand or take the mic or whatever. So we have to set everything up, and then we do the podcast, and then we knock a few back, not gonna lie. Yeah. And then after, it's like we're kind of drunk. It's like we're not gonna do anything after that. So then we're just like, let's order Olive Garden, whatever. Just and then
DoorDash.
Yeah, we DoorDash, and then it's like
DoorDash.
That's pretty much the whole day. So we're like, maybe we should just dedicate that day to doing, album stuff, and then we'll get back to the podcast after the album's done.
That's cool, dude. I'm very curious as to what it is to be like a couple who works on a project together, and your main creative output is actually like pushed at each other, and put into like this one thing, and being like, I know what it's like. I've been married for a long time, and I've been with my wife for a very, very long time, and living with somebody is something that's very difficult. I shouldn't say it's difficult. It's something that ebbs and flows. You know what I'm saying? I'm not making it sound like we have a difficult time, but I'm just saying, like, you're around each other all the time. That's what it is.
What are you talking about, dude?
And you know what? Actually, to touch on that, something that I brought up.
Talking about.
Something that I was thinking about a couple of weeks ago and brought up to Navene is that it's interesting that in public school or in school, they do not teach you relationship skills whatsoever.
Mm-hmm.
Like they do not teach you. Most people end up in a couple and end up needing to learn and understand how to coexist.
Mm-hmm.
And you're not taught any of these fucking skills ever as a child at all.
You're taught it on the playground. That's when you're taught your social skills.
But no one is really there. You're not being offered anything of valuable information. It's like if you fuck up and you hurt someone else or you do something wrong, you bully someone else, then your actions are being interjected on. But there's no this is how you maintain a healthy relationship or friendship with other people. Nothing like that comes up at all. And I feel like that's something, along with like, how to pay taxes and how to run a business or be like a self-sufficient human. These are the things that I think should actually be focused on more in school. Whereas, because that's what you're dealing with the most when you grow up. So going off of that, like, it is, I don't think it's not difficult, but it's like you have to learn how to coexist in a house with someone else. All of your stuff is their stuff. They move shit around that you don't want moved around. They do things that you wouldn't necessarily do. And therefore you're like, maybe analyzing what they do. So I think we both totally understand where you're coming from on that.
Yeah, no. And I was waiting for you to finish just to backstep. Obviously it's not fucking difficult. I not only have my wife, but I have 3 kids as well. And I've actually, to tell you the truth, we found out the balance and it's going really well, and with all the, trials and tribulations of having 3 children and all that stuff is added in there. But as a couple, it's like, we know exactly how to handle shit. We know what to do and all that. But what I was trying to say is like, to be creative together too. Like me and my wife, we don't make anything together,
I mean, I'd say what you guys do is probably like way harder than what Chaney and I do. It's like, it's just fun.
What am I saying?
So I got 3 kids. We don't do anything creative together.
I'm talking stupid again. Dude, we definitely create together. We literally created together.
Yeah. So
life. It's not that big deal.
But I get what you mean, because those things are obviously like, mentally people keep
albums are babies too,
separate,
in a different way for sure.
But dude, I think it helps that Chaney and I are like, personality wise, we get along well and stuff like that. Well, obviously we get into little bickering matches.
But
who doesn't?
Do a fight with every person I've been in a band with ever.
Me too.
It's like something
and
that
every person you live with too.
Or
tour with.
But,
totally.
I mean, for the most part, it's pretty easy. And then like on the new album, like I just wrote the whole album, so that's been honestly way easier, because I think we just kind of I think Chaney and I have like a more similar music taste. You know what I mean? There hasn't been anything like, oh, what am I gonna, how am I gonna do vocals on that part, or something that might be kind of out of her wheelhouse. Like I know how to write stuff where I'm like, yeah, Chaney's gonna totally kill it on this part.
With that being said, I think that because we have such a close relationship with each other, and there are all of these other elements of Navene and I that just fit together. We have a good relationship. He's my best friend. We get along on all of these things, but we also can critique each other, and it doesn't really. Neither of us are bothered by doing that. Like if there's a riff I don't like, I'll be like, I hate that riff. Like I think we should actually change it. And he respects my opinion. Yeah. Or if I'm not hitting a note or something that he thinks I should be hitting, then he'll be like, that sucks. We need to change it. And I think that we we have a really honest relationship in that way, and it allows us creatively to, go in directions
Weed
that
through
I don't
the bullshit.
exactly.
So, but honestly, it's from where I stand, it's nothing but good stuff.
No, it looks like
almost the most part.
Awesome.
It's really awesome to be able to like. I think it enables us to get a lot more done because we don't have to schedule anything. It's just we're just here at our house and we just work on stuff when
you're off work.
Yeah. But it's also distracting because it's like, we want to, like today we were like, all right, we're gonna fucking get up early and we're gonna get some shit done. And it's like, we went to Capitola Village and like
got drunk
Mexican food and
but also
like, it's nice outside though. Come on.
It does, like I said, I think there are a lot of things that help because I know a lot of people who I don't think that they would work well together necessarily. And Navene and I just have a lot in common. We like a lot of the same shit. It just so happens that we met through music. That's why we know each other, and we have a mutual love of a lot of the same shit. And
we were together for like 6 years before we started a band. You know what I mean? So we kind of
knew each other.
We already like worked out.
Really knew each other.
Yeah.
We already worked out all the weird shit before that.
Going back to like you guys being, in a band or meeting through music and stuff like that. Chaney, you were in Iowa. So going back, kind of pedaling back to you in Iowa. So I know you were in a band called Systems, right? Was that the band?
Yeah, but that was something that I started doing. Okay, so the dudes through Systems I actually met because so Animals as leaders, Navene used to be in Animals, and on Navene's like last tour, I was scheduling the lessons that Tosin and Hav and Navene were doing. So through that, I scheduled these kids for a guitar lesson with Tosin, and that's how I met them, and that's where Systems came from. I listened to their material and they had another vocalist on it. And I was like, you should really let me do vocals on this. And that's where that came from. So Systems is something that I did like 2 years after I moved to California. But before, when I was in Des Moines, I was in a lot of local bands when I was a kid. Like I started playing in bands when I was, 17. And I had been going to local shows from the time I was like 13. So yeah, I was in this band called From Citizen to Soldier when Navene and I met on a tour that he was doing with Animals, and my band opened. And it's really weird because so there were 2 local shows. For anyone out there playing local shows, it's a faux pas to play like more than one show in a couple month span. So I wanted to open this Despised Icon tour. I sold tickets for that, and I saw that Animals was coming through with Veil of Maya, and I begged the promoter to be on that show. And he was like, if you sell out of tickets for Despised Icon, I had to sell like 80 tickets, then you can be on the Animals show. So I sold all of those fucking tickets so that my band could play the show. So it was like kind of weird that my band opened it and that we met that way, but I guess that's how it goes.
What made you want to start singing and like to become a vocalist? So like, was it metal in the beginning, or was it clean singing? What was it in the beginning?
No, I sang, I was in like swing choir when I was in middle school, and I was the lead in a musical, Fiddler on the Roof. I did that. And then I started going to local shows when I was probably 12 or 13. And that's how I got funneled into metal. I went to this advanced placement school, like there was a middle school, and then you could go to like take college courses at another school that you got bused to when you were in middle school. And I did that, and I met a bunch of metal kids through that. And those kids kind of ignited my love for metal. And, that's when I started going to shows and seeing all of that shit. And that's really how I got into it. I mean, I started going to local shows like when Slipknot really started popping off, and I'm from Des Moines. So the local scene was fucking just killing at that point. There was a show like every weekend from what I remember. And yeah, that's where it started. I mean, it just really, seeing all of those people performing and fucking killing just ignited my passion for being a part of the community and playing music.
Do you think Slipknot helped build that metal community, like in Des Moines? Like before Slipknot, there probably wasn't that much. I mean, that's kind of like you don't think of metal in Des Moines until Slipknot comes along. You know what I mean? Did Slipknot kind of just blow that scene up?
So I kind of came along a little after they blew up, but there was a scene surrounding Slipknot. There was this band called 35-inch Mutter that kind of had almost the same thing going on as Slipknot. Like they would wear costumes from what I remember. And they
really,
yeah,
like an Iowa thing.
Yeah, they were well known around that time. And then when total Iowa thing.
Gotta wear a costume.
Totally.
They're all mushroom heads from Des Moines too. But.
Yeah, it's like we gotta copy that. But so the original guitar player in Slipknot, Donnie Steele, left and started this band called Kill Pact that was a sick ass death metal band. On a Pale Horse, which was the old vocalist of Slipknot, Index Case, all kinds.
Like the old vocalist, he's like Pain Face. I remember Modifidius was a Joey Jordison project.
I don't remember that band, but I definitely remember Pain Face.
Modifidius is fun. It's fun and funny because it's like they call themselves death metal, but it was really just like and then be like death metal underneath that, but the dude couldn't growl. He never growled. It'd be like
like yeah, and then you'll beg from Cryptopsy.
Yeah, totally, dude. But yeah, I mean, I didn't really exist at the time that Slipknot was like the big local band. I came along right after that. But Stone Sour, that's the band that Corey came from. There was a lot of there were a lot of bands there. That was the band
before Slipknot, Stone Sour.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah, that's how
I thought that was Corey. Like, honestly, I thought he was like, yeah, I'm gonna just change it up, do my own thing.
Yeah, he's like, I want that pop. I want to use my vocals now. I want to sing.
That's what
I thought too.
As a super Slipknot fan, I could back it. They drafted him out of that.
Yeah, no, Anders was the original vocalist, and he was in On a Pale Horse.
So Anthony, if you're a super Slipknot fan,
I was, yeah.
So do you know who Donnie Steele is, though?
I don't know.
You're not that
I shouldn't say I'm super then. I'm a really big fan because I don't remember all the names.
Donnie Steele.
But I do remember Make, Feed, Kill, Repeat.
Donnie was on that record. Donnie was on that record. Donnie is a fucking local Iowa guitar hero. He left Slipknot and then he started Kill Pact and then he was in Upon Death's Arrival. And I don't know if he's played in anything since then, but dude, Donnie, so sick. I think he actually filled in for Paul Gray for a while.
Oh, okay.
Between, after he passed. I'm not totally sure on that, but that was the rumor. Rumor.
Anthony, did you see Slipknot in any of the early?
I saw him at EFD during the self-titled album.
All right.
They didn't have anything else out.
You didn't go to the show at the Maritime Music Hall?
No, I didn't.
Okay. Yeah, we went to that one.
Yeah. How old were you when you went?
I don't know. I must have been maybe 14.
Yeah, dude. Because I was gonna say, like, I remember going to the Pound. You guys did a battle of the bands. How old were you then? Like 15, 16?
Fuck.
Was it like one of the first battle of the bands you did?
I joined and okay. They actually did a battle of the bands before I was in the band, so it could have been that point.
I don't know. Okay, maybe. I don't remember exactly. I thought I met all you guys that night, though.
Well, I was in the band when I was 16. So
okay,
because I was the only one who had a driver's license.
And I saw recently you said that you're about to turn 36 tomorrow.
Yeah. On Monday.
Happy birthday then, dude. I'm 36 now. So we're right around the same time. It was like going to the Pound at the same age, seeing everything that we were seeing. It was a monumental experience at that time, dude. Yep. And Chaney talking about her adolescence and all that stuff happening in her local scene. It's the exact same thing. We have these close-knit communities that we end up, stumbling across, or, you're in a band and all of a sudden now you're playing shows and you realize you're in this community, Yep. and I think that's just like super important no matter where you're from. You got to find like a little fucking tight-knit community, no matter how small it is.
So true.
I know exactly how you feel, man. I remember like first time I played at the Pound, I was like, dude, Dying Fetus played on this stage.
Yeah.
They're like high-fiving.
I've covered Dying Fetus on that stage too, dude. So it's
damn. What song?
Opie to the Masses. The first one on fucking Destroy the Opposition.
Yeah, I know.
Oh,
that's
I know the song.
The jam.
Yeah.
We know it.
Yeah, that's the
We know
jam.
it.
I know. Yeah, I don't know why I continued to explain where it was.
I mean,
I knew.
Destroy the Opposition is literally one of the best. I would put it in my top 10 metal records, my top 10 DM records.
And Navene was saying the same thing when he was 16.
Yeah,
that's the thing. You know,
that's what I'm saying. We have a lot of those things in common.
Mm-hmm. When you meet up with all these anybody, you know, you figure out what you're into. Like I'll never forget the Animosity guys were always like, dude, the next. Like I remember Frank being like, the next one, dude, we're really channeling Misery Index, dude.
Yeah.
It's like everything Dying Fetus related. It was always Dying Fetus related.
Yeah, surprisingly, like I don't think we really sounded that much like them.
No, to be honest, dude, you guys had your own. You had your own thing.
And that's just because I guess we're not that good at ripping bands off. You know what I mean? Like it's just kind of we kind of tried to rip them off. We tried to rip them off, and like that's what it sounded like. You know, because that was definitely like the number one.
We
band.
Still joke about that though. Like if you're ripping off a riff, we'll be like, "That's this rip off," and it's like all of them just sound like Navene riff.
Yeah, it's I'm just not. I just wasn't good at learning other people's stuff. So like I remember I used to try to figure out bands shit, and then like I just couldn't do it. So I would just make a riff that was like kind of similar. You know what I mean?
That's the fun part about learning
like,
other people's material. It's like, okay, now I know a few more like sick chords or sick notes that I can incorporate into my own stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I should probably do that because I don't know. I don't think I've ever learned like anyone's stuff at all. I guess Chaney and I did like a 1 minute of a Dying Fetus song, and like that was pretty cool. I learned like
that was sick.
That much of it. That was tight.
When did you guys like? So you guys get together. You guys traded iPods. You know, you start making love and all that stuff. So when you guys get together, when was the decision to start creating music together? Because you said 6 years you guys were together. So you guys, was that ever a plan? Was it always a pipe dream?
No, I did not want to do that. I 100% did not want to start a band with Navene at all. He had to talk me into it.
Like after Chaney like went viral, you know, I was like, all right, damn, I'm gonna start playing metal again, dude. Get this shit going.
jump on that train.
So as you're doing the Navene K shit, is that?
Yeah, I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna go do dubstep. You know, like I found out electronic music, and I was like, these guys are rolling around with like nothing but a laptop. I want to fucking do that, dude. Fuck all this gear, all this bullshit. You know. And so that kind of morphed into like me playing drums to it because, you know, I can't get away from drums and everything. And then Chaney made like Veil of Maya needed a new vocalist, you know. And I had actually the stems for a couple Veil of Maya songs because I was doing like some remixes. And I was like, hey, you know, Mark, do you mind if Chaney does like a cover? Like I already have the stems, I'll just take the vocals out. And he's like, yeah, no, whatever, it doesn't matter. And then so we made that video and like, you know, it went pretty, I don't know if it went viral, but it did really well. It totally
went viral. Yeah. I woke up, it was the week of my birthday.
It was like a big deal.
And Navene was going on tours. So we put it up on a Friday and neither of us, I was like, okay, it's going to be cool, whatever. And I woke up and like Revolver magazine had reposted it. And we're talking about, I'd never been in a band that had been reposted by all of things
before. Like before that, Chaney's like local status.
Yeah. And like, I was in Systems and Metal Injection posted it and was like, should this girl be the new vocalist of Veil of Maya? And all of this stuff. You know, it did blow up from my point of view. It was fucking crazy.
No, I remember seeing it. I actually texted Mark and said, you guys should get Chaney in your band.
Yeah,
I literally saw that video and
I
texted Mark.
Had you met her before?
Yeah, we had. I think we had met that one time, like in the parking lot. Yeah,
Wells Fargo. Yeah, that's right.
Totally.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, definitely. Like it. Yeah, it did really well. Honestly, it was funny because I went on tour like right after that, and everybody on the tour was like, oh, that's your girlfriend? Like she's fucking crazy, you know, she's sick, blah, blah. And it was like, she was going to join Veil and I was all tripping. I was like, fuck, dude, I don't want Chaney to go on tour like all the time. Like, you know, not, you know, leave me.
The roles have been reversed.
Yeah. I was like,
dude, it totally was like that.
So I was like, I don't know if I can handle this. Dude, this is not good. I'm like, I'm going to start a band just so she's in a band with me, dude. Fuck.
You got to lock her down that way.
Right? It just so happens that Frank Costa, who's in Animosity, Now he does Realms of Vision. He's got his project, but he came to Navene
to do that
right around the time, like, Navene, you should track my project. And Navene was like, dude, fuck your project. Let's start a band together with Chaney.
I was like, let's start a death metal band. Because, I mean, truth be told, all of that, what I said, there is some truth to that for sure. But I'm not that psycho of a boyfriend where I start a band.
Obviously. But I know you're embellishing because you're on a podcast live on YouTube.
Yeah, there's a little bit of truth there. But I was honestly like, I'm starting to miss playing metal, and I was kind of getting back into it on drums and stuff. Like I had got a place to practice drums more. And Frank hit me up and I'm like, dude, let's fucking start a death metal band again, dude. And Chaney will fucking do vocals. It'll be sick.
Yeah. And then, Evan had just quit the Faceless. So kind of everything aligned at the perfect time that it was like, let's do this shit. And we just honestly planned on tracking the first EP and like having fun. And we were like, oh, cool. We'll play some local shows and maybe fly Evan out to play one
whatever.
show.
It'd be fun. It'd be cool.
Yeah.
Like we're all kind of old or whatever, like fuck it, we're at that point I was like whatever. It's funny because I was like 29.
I was just about to say you're turning 36 tomorrow, dude.
I know.
Like,
so
I
was
don't call yourself old now because then it makes me feel old. Dude,
I don't feel old. I don't feel old. I feel like I'll never be old. You know what I mean? I'll never be old. That's the state
he'll be like the Buddhist monk meditating at the end of his life to extend it like the inception, dude.
I know. I'm good to go. Like I'm definitely gonna live a long time. But so we got that.
But with that being said, but even before all of this, Fleshrot is like in my top 10 metal records. I would put Dementia Dyslexia. Like I loved Fleshrot a lot far before Navene and I were together.
Speaking of Fleshrot, do you remember this place, Navene? I don't know if you remember. It's called like AAA mini storage or something.
Dude, he was playing drums there until like last year.
I know.
Until we moved into here, I went back to AAA mini storage and I had a pretty sick space up in there, man.
Oh yeah, it's still going strong, huh?
Still going strong,
sick,
dude.
Man.
Because my mom had a spot over there, and I went over there to help her like put some shelves up.
Yeah.
And I was like, damn, there's fucking bands jamming here. I'm gonna get a spot here because I had nowhere to practice for a long time, and then I got a spot there. And then after we moved into this house, that's when I shut it down. But yeah, dude, I remember you guys jamming there, like with Decrepit and stuff. Yeah. It was like,
and Odious.
Well, so just so everybody knows, like it's like a storage place that let bands practice, and they had the big bay doors, and we had a room.
Watsonville.
In Watsonville, and in Cali, south of Santa Cruz, and so we would like do our practices with Odious. And then Decrepit afterwards. It was always Odious Decrepit practices back to
you guys had like the big room. Like it was.
We did have a big room.
We had a big one, yeah.
It was like sick.
It was like a boat or something. But
and you guys were like 3 or 4 structures up, and
so
then
you guys were over down the way. So we would walk over and watch Fleshrot practice.
Or watch you guys doing Empire songs.
Yeah,
the Animosity dudes.
I know.
This is like 2005, 2006.
Yeah, it was before Empire was recorded because like Leo did a year of like college in Santa Cruz, so we would actually jam down here, and that's when that was for sure. Yeah, I mean that was sick, dude. I remember that, like, and watching you guys jam. I was like, I mean, still am mega Decrepit fan, So it was like, I mean, having them jam. Having you guys jam up the way, it was like,
well, dude, I mean,
I think I'd die.
Yeah, I was like,
I was always such an insane fan of Navene, like of your drumming, dude, just like ridiculous. I was always just like, Navene's the best. Like you were so nice to me too, man, like all the time. But like, I just remember specifically coming over like this one time, and you guys were doing a Fleshrot practice, and it was like so sick. Like I like saw the whole thing. Like I just remember that like there was a couple times, but there's just one time I was just like, oh man, it was so good.
We shared a spot, dude. We shared a spot. I mean, it was Taste of Blood, Animosity, Odious, I think I want to say, for a little while. And then we moved out with Decrepit and got that bigger room. And then I think like literally, I want to say fucking within like a month or two after. But the thing is though, they got their shit. you guys got your shit broken into, right?
Oh, I've heard about that.
Oh my god, I totally forgot.
And I was like, I mean, I was like fucking so chapped for you guys. I was like, fuck, and I was also like, goddamn, glad we got out of there. But
yeah,
but there was like a meth lab like that got busted next to that room. Yeah.
So actually, that guy confirmed did the robbery, and we got some of the stuff back.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, we got some of the stuff back. I mean, it was pretty shitty. Like, our amps got stolen. What was funny though is nothing. The only thing of mine that got stolen was my Axis double bass pedal. That was it. So I guess that goes back to what we were saying before, where it's like people don't want to steal drums. I mean, there's probably not a whole lot of resale there,
and it's a lot to steal.
Yeah, but drums suck to carry, dude.
It totally do.
But yeah, but dude, I'll tell you what.
I want the cymbal bag as a.
Yeah.
Oh God.
That would be smart though. If someone stole
a big bag of coins, basically.
Yeah.
It really.
It sucks to carry.
Yeah, they're all worth like $300, $200.
I know. There's a lot of there's some money there.
Yeah.
There totally is.
But yeah, when I moved,
if anyone wants to steal,
so yeah, I was super like sketched to move back over there, you know.
Yeah.
But I set up all sorts of like booby traps and shit, dude. My
really
was legit, man.
Booby
he really
traps?
did.
I want to know.
Elaborate on this booby traps.
Yeah.
There was no booby traps, but there was.
It was really hard. Anytime I went, I had to call him and ask him like how exactly to place my hand.
No way to break in. Straight up, I did something really smart. Like I'm not gonna get.
Don't give it out, dude.
Yeah,
dude, I am so curious, dude.
No, we drilled into the concrete.
Maybe on the afterpod.
We drilled in the concrete and put 2 extra locks on each side with like
that's cool.
We did.
Here's the problem. The locks are still and you can still see the locks.
Yeah.
On my shit, you don't know where the locks are.
Oh shit, dude.
Yeah, wow. That's right. So you gotta know where the lock is. It was hidden, dude. I installed a lock hidden style.
Navene's the lock.
Navene is a ninja, dude.
If you tried to open this door, it just wouldn't open.
It's like he has to.
There's no way to do it.
Open it like Jack Black in The Pick of Destiny, where he has to use his penis to press the button, and like
that's pretty much it.
Go around the lasers and fucking.
So I felt like real confident. I was like, "There's no way motherfuckers are gonna break into this unless they saw me lock it when I leave.
Unless they heard you on this podcast, and then
we stopped it. We stopped it. Yeah. You were almost going to detail.
When I would lock it up, dude, I'd make sure like, okay, there's nobody around, you know. And if there was, I would wait for him to leave until I did it, and then I would do it because it was pretty slick, dude. I gotta say.
You got like an eye scanner like on your like practice thing.
Or grab like the smoke bomb drops to do it while you do it so nobody can see. Like
it's like $150 a month spot.
Well, when you were there, I know the drummer, and I shouldn't say this, he's not, I mean, Slayer's is done now, but Paul from Slayer lives in Capitola. And like
I've heard that. I've heard that.
Yeah. I've dude, there was one time, real quick story, side note, that I literally saw him at work. I would see him constantly. I just kept running into the guy, like to the point where it was getting like weird. Like I would go. There's one time, I saw him once at work. Then I went on my lunch break, saw him again, and then me and my ex went to a movie. Or no, we went to dinner at Dharma's. Saw him again, and then we went to the Jurassic World premiere in Scotts Valley, and he was fucking there. And then he started walking towards our car, and we ducked so he wouldn't see us again because I was like, this is too awkward.
Oh my god!
I straight up ducked. I was like, dude, I've said what's up to this guy 4 times today. Like he's gonna think we're following him. Like this is like getting out of like.
That he saw you guys duck and be all weird.
I know. Okay. And it just made it way worse.
Yeah.
I heard that he jammed there for sure. Like I wasn't aware of that. That was like recently though, right?
I mean, like, it was the last 4 or 5 years. Yeah, I know that he was jamming there. Yeah,
because I had a spot there again. Probably 2 years ago. Well, maybe more.
Yeah, no, it was 2 years because we moved into here like a year and a half ago, and you moved out of there when we moved in here.
Yeah.
So.
But it's killer. I mean, if you can find spots like that, especially in Santa Cruz, dude, are you kidding me? That's that's the best.
That in Santa Cruz is a gem. I could not believe how cheap it was.
It was insane. Like even today, I believe it was $200 a month.
Wow.
Jesus.
Wow.
Which back when I was a kid, it's like, all right, we're gonna split it 10 ways, $20. Yeah.
Isn't that funny how it was so hard to come up with that money too when you were a kid? It's
now I'm like $200.
Dude, we're all splitting $50. That's so much money. I know.
It comes at the worst time. Like,
and we have to
comes
eat
at the worst time.
Yeah.
I remember actually it was $20 a month for each person when we had it before.
That's expensive. Well, when you're 18.
It was like $20, dude. Time to pay up.
Cough it up.
$200. I think our big one was like $350, $400. So prices like just don't go up there. They just like keep the same baseline. Like
I want to say it was $200, man. Straight up.
Damn, Santa Cruz folks, you want to jam out? AAA Mini Storage, Watsonville, California.
I think there's like a gnarly wait list though. Like,
yeah.
I just happened to get lucky. I don't know. It was weird.
I think you might have had an in because of your mom's sewn.
I did have an in because my mom, and I had insider info that my mom's friend was leaving, so I might have got her spot.
Yeah.
Actually, the spot that I had was sick because there wasn't any other bands on that row.
Yeah, no, it was the quiet row.
Yeah, so it was like,
and it's right along Highway 1. Is there any house? There isn't really any houses right around there either. So it's just like you could fucking do whatever the fuck you want.
You know what's actually hilarious about it? Anthony, have you not been there for a long time?
I have not been there for a long time.
What's funny is right next door, like on that way, there's like that driveway up there.
Yep.
So like to the right of the driveway, there's like an actual legit storage spot now.
Yeah, a way nicer one, like one that's air conditioned.
Yeah. And like all the sketchy fucking weirdos and bands are in the AAA one. You know, it's like it's just so weird.
So true.
All the meth heads are just scoping that fancy one.
Yeah,
dude,
they're like looking at it with binoculars.
There's all kinds of broken down cars and shit. Dude, it's the best spot.
It used to be an RV. A bunch of RVs used to park in there and shit. Yep. I don't know if they still do.
Oh, dude, trust me. I had my wits about me when I was in there. Lately I'm like, I could tell there was a guy in one of the RVs, but they claimed he was like, keeping an eye
over it.
Yeah. And I'm like, I still don't trust him.
I didn't trust
property manager, dude.
Yeah.
Everybody knows about a property manager, even at a real rehearsal studio. Did you ever had a rehearsal studio that had a 24-hour rehearsal property manager?
It's like, what kind of guy is that, dude? It's
a guy that never sleeps, dude. And how does he not sleep? He tweaks. That's how he does it, dude.
I know.
That's literally what it is.
His inside scoop on like where the good gear is and shit.
Totally. So that's why, like I said, I was like real. I was real I was real paranoid when I was there, which I don't like being paranoid, but I was just real like always looking around who was there. I wouldn't practice with the door open. If someone rolled by, I would close the door real quick.
I'm really surprised that you guys are talking about tweakers in Santa Cruz because I feel like I don't really run into them that often. And we were visiting Des Moines. We just got back on Tuesday, and it was like, dude, the tweak there is super strong. And it's
super strong. The tweak is super strong in Iowa.
It flows like wine.
I think people here are more into doing heroin and shit like that.
Yeah. It's like we went into a Jimmy John's and we ordered from this lady, and she was so fucking high on meth that I was like, how is she even existing right now? And then 2 cops walked in after us.
Well, we thought they were going to arrest her.
I thought, I was like, how are they not? She was tweaking so hard, and she was like, she was overcompensating. So she was coming up with all kinds of stories to tell the cops. And I was just watching from afar, like, you should know that this actually makes it look like you're tweaking even harder than you think that it does. You should not say anything right now.
She should have been like, I got in a condition. My eyes bulging out of my head. That's
if you listen to YMH podcast, you'll learn the tweakers go to the cops. That's what it is. She probably called the cops on herself, dude. She probably was like, just come over to Jimmy John's, dude. I'm
twacked.
It must have been, dude. It must have, because we were actually like, we were with our friend and they were like, oh shit, are they coming to get that girl? Like that's literally what we said.
I know. And then the cops accidentally grabbed our sandwiches. So on the way out of Jimmy John's, they like apologized to Navene, but I thought that they were yelling at us to like mention something about the girl who was twacked out at the cash register.
No, they were just like, hey, we're sorry about that.
Yeah, I thought they were talking about the tweaker, but
fuck, dude, this is just getting sandwiches. Why is my life not have anything like that, dude? Like in South City, if I go to fucking grab a sandwich or whatever, like
you're not gonna see
somebody weird in South City, dude. I guess I don't know.
We've seen some shit. We're going and visiting Casey.
Going to visit Casey.
We saw like a gnarly
Nations was definitely going to be.
What are you guys
a shit
talking
show.
about? What are you? I have no idea what you're talking about at all.
At Daly City Nations, dude, where you would possibly get a milkshake thrown on you, and
we got milkshakes thrown on us, and just like
wasn't Dan Kenny with us like that night?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't even remember.
No, I think
I remember I called the fight. I was like, there was like someone ran into
you felt it
like,
coming, dude.
All right, we got in this corner, we've got a meth guy. In the other corner.
So everybody knows this is like a burger place called Nations. It was like across the street from where I lived, and
Daly City.
That
was
bring entertainment,
bananas.
Dude.
They brought the bananas.
Or you
there,
show up super high and then you realize you're in front of 2 cops behind you in line.
There was always cops there.
That sucked so bad when I used to smoke and shit, and you get there and there's a bunch of cops in there.
Yeah, but people were like shit-faced drunk, like throwing sodas on each other, and it's like but it's like just a little diner.
They're on their break, dude. They're just trying to eat.
It's like a super small diner, like that's like just south of San Francisco, like the first exit, like out of the city, and it's like open till like 2-3 in the morning or some shit, you know. And so
those places, it's like fucking Taco Bell downtown Santa Cruz, like when the bars would fucking close, like people
it's closed down.
Closed.
It's closed. I know it's gone. I know.
They're like, fuck this. This is
Taco Bell was like a war zone.
Office, dude, this is not worth it, man.
Dude,
one time, dude, I was there once, and this guy was all pissed off, and there was like the menus were like up top, and this guy just grabs all the menus and just rips them and just shatters them on the ground. And I'm like, dude,
that place is like shit show all the time, dude.
Yeah.
I got roofied at a show one time, and I like blacked out and walked out of it and walked to that Taco Bell, and I was so fucked up that I was acting very, very strange, and I've always wondered why they didn't like say something. Why is this girl acting weird? And it's because all of the fucked up people hang out at that Taco Bell. They didn't even.
Yeah, they're like, oh, she's normal.
No. Yeah.
We think that we both got roofied.
We definitely did.
Yeah, because
Jesus,
we were at Motive. You know that place?
Now are we giving Motive a bad name?
Motive was great. I don't think it's dude. Honestly, I don't think
it has nothing to do with the place.
It was kind of a bad motive though behind that.
So we were there, and like, we didn't drink that much, you know.
No, but I put my drink down, and I'm pretty sure it got roofied while it was done.
Like Chaney drinks, and I drank some of her drink too, and we were so. I mean, we were.
Well, I never black out.
Yeah,
I do not black out off of alcohol. And
stuff.
It was raining outside, and we were still living at the barn behind Navene's mom's house, and we both just decided to sleep outside while it was raining. And that's nothing that has ever happened before in my entire life. We've been eating a lot of food and gaining weight. It's hard to sit behind
that COVID fucking weight is real, dude. That's especially with that. I mean, like we were talking on your podcast, like the DoorDash shit. I haven't been doing it lately, but it was like getting to the point where it was like 2 to 3 times a day that I would get DoorDash. Just
you haven't been ordering at all lately?
I do maybe 1 time a week now, but it was like 2 to 3 times a day. But it was like I was like looking at my the budget breakdown of it, and I'm like, dude, I'm spending close to like $70 to $100 a day on fucking just like food to come to my house, and I'm just like, yeah, whatever. I'm just pressing a button though. I don't know.
It's like King Joel.
I know.
I'm King Joel. Bring me what I want. Steak.
Yeah, just like place my food right where I just like go down the stairs and go whoop. And just I'm done. Like I get all weird about like I get super impatient now about like waiting in lines and like ordering like a normal person now. I'm just like, fuck, dude, like I should have just DoorDashed this. It would have been like $2 more to DoorDash it. Like what am I doing? I pay for the subscription. What am I doing? Like I can just DoorDash it.
I have gotten into the zen of cooking lately. So I like really enjoy. I don't know. I just figured out that I enjoy like cutting vegetables and like
that's
stir fries. I'm like the stir fry master now.
That's awesome.
Straight up, dude.
Dude, I it's kind of a zen thing. And I was listening to Entheos the entire time, and I listened to every single thing you guys did, and I love it all. It's so good, dude.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Guys,
I can't wait for you to hear the new one, man.
The new album is
so
5,000 million times better.
You guys are not.
Joel's heard a couple songs.
Yeah.
5,000 million.
I want to finish.
Isn't that 5 billion?
It probably
5,000 million.
Yeah, 5 billion. That's 5 billion.
There we go. It's 5 billion.
I just got something to say.
Down.
I just got what I gotta say is that you guys are really fucking rad, dude. Your music is so good, dude. Really good. And it's super fucking original and all the, oh my God, dude. And like I've been watching, because like Navene, I follow you, like, and I watch all of your stuff, and I've like mostly for like the last couple of years or a few years, like heard your stuff like through your like Instagram and all that kind of stuff, like posts, and I've like watched like clips and stuff. But digging deep into your albums and like listening to everything and like all the stuff that you did, all the electronic stuff, the vocal, like, dude, you guys are really fucking good, dude.
Thanks.
Thank you, man. Thank you. Yeah,
really sick. Yeah,
Can
original too.
Oh, yeah, like, Joseph's got something. Sorry, Joseph's been all.
No, dude, that's it. Well, I got like 10 more things to say.
I have something bad to say.
I'm just kidding.
No, I wanted to. I haven't even gotten to really introduce myself yet.
Yeah, I know.
How's it going, Joseph? What's up, dude?
Can I just say I'm a big fan of both of you guys, but going back with Navene to like animosity and animals, and like I've been there the whole time, dude. Like anytime you like imagine your fan base, it's me. Like I just have been listening the whole time.
Thank you so much, man. I don't know what to say. That's so awesome. Like that.
I just wanted to follow up on the Casey liking the Entheos stuff by saying I have a pair of the Primal shorts that you guys sold.
Those are old school.
I wish I was fucking wearing them. Like they're at my house. I'm at my studio right now. I forgot to bring them, but I was gonna like wear them for the episode.
Yeah, dude, wear them and get the dick shot the whole time.
Just put it. I could like stand up. Yeah.
Pan down.
Not wearing them. But yeah, dude, no, like I don't know. I have a bunch of questions for later on in the pod about earlier stuff too. But yeah, I just wanted to second that the Entheos thing is sick, and I like can't wait for.
Dude, thank you so much, man. We appreciate that so much, man. Because we don't take that kind of stuff for granted. It means a lot to me, for sure. Oh
yeah.
When anybody is paying attention, it's just, I don't know, it blows my mind for sure.
So actually, I mean, just to keep things going, the choice to go with just you two being the band, and so when that choice was made, was the decision being, okay, we're gonna just hire buddies to play live, or because I know that you guys have on your podcast have openly said, we wanted to do like the band thing and blah, blah, blah. And then we decided to do just us. So what's the plan like playing live? Like, how does that work?
Yeah.
That's pretty much
a good question, man.
Yeah, good question.
Thank you.
Good question, Joel. Yeah, that's pretty much what we're going to do. Well, really we made the decision out of a place where it was like, we don't want to be a band that's constantly changing members all the time. And that stuff is like changing all the time, because the reality is that Navene has written a large amount of our music from the beginning. So it was like, we were like, okay, we should just be a little more forefront and honest. He didn't play bass on the record that we're doing. So we do have a guy who played bass who's amazing, who we would love to take live. But the reality is that, yes, we want to be in a position where there's going to be a consistent band, and the band is Navene and I, but we will take the best musicians live that we can possibly take. Like we prioritize playing live in a way. Like we want our live show to be as good as possible, and we want to take out sick ass people. But the reality of being in the kind of band that we're in is that not everyone can like sacrifice all of their time for the rest of their life to leave and tour and not make, necessarily millions of dollars when they come back.
It's a smart idea. I mean, when you guys said it at first, I was like, that's interesting. Then I was like, well, I mean, so many bands are cycling through people constantly anyway. It might as well just have the core group. And then if there wants to be, some touring live people that want to be consistent and tour, that's cool too. Or if they can't, then we'll get someone else that can do it. It's like, you have that option. You have that openness to be like, well, it's not like announcing, oh, so-and-so quit.
Dude,
exactly.
That became so tiring. Exactly. That became so fucking tiring to do that all the time. And there were points where we're like, should we announce this person yet? Should we not? Yeah. And, it's like, it's hard to allow people into your band when you've been working towards something for 6 years and they just enter the picture when you're at a certain point, but they haven't necessarily put up with all the same bullshit that you have the entire time, and be like, you're a fully fledged member of the band who actually doesn't write any of the music and has nothing to do with anything on the opposite side of playing live. And honestly, it was like just continuing to add people after Evan decided to leave. And Evan was like a core member of our band. And after Travis decided to leave, it was like, it just doesn't feel good to keep repeating this cycle over and over and over forever. It's not.
Yeah. And it's just a really weird situation. You know what I mean? There's not a whole lot of bands that are, or probably none that are in the same exact situation as us. Like, being that Chaney and we live together and we're, a couple, and I write the drummer writes a lot of the music. It's just a really weird, unique situation. So we were more just like, let's embrace that. I look at it as we're just being more honest about what is actually going on.
You've peeled back the layers.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's like
just showed like the real core of the situation. This is the core of it now.
Yeah,
exactly.
I mean, and it came to a point over time where it was obvious that Navene and I have this very unified vision of what we want to do with the band, and there's not necessarily anyone who's completely aligned with that vision. Like, we know
no one there to vote it down. No one could vote it down.
And honestly, we shouldn't really expect people to be in the same position as us. Like, we're down to do whatever. Maybe take a hit here and there or whatever it means. We're down to do it because Chaney and we're in it for the long haul. And I think it just makes a little more sense to be realistic with people about whatever their involvement is going to be, rather than say like the old school way, like, oh, this is like a brotherhood, we're all in it together and stuff. And it's like, we're getting older and stuff, like it makes sense. Like, I get it. Not everybody can be as dedicated as we are, and that's kind of going back to reiterating myself. It's just a little more honest about what's actually going on here.
Yeah.
And like what Chaney was saying, having like the solid base and the image be us, and then people can come and go. Maybe that'll change,
Yeah, there ain't no telling what is going to happen in the future. Like I said, the guy who played bass on our album is fucking incredible and it did an amazing job. And, I don't know if he'll play on the next record as well, but, we kind of just want it to be that way. It's like there are people who are doing things like this. Devin Townsend, I think, is a fantastic example of someone who has just made that work with the most killer bands ever.
Yeah.
He always has amazing live musicians going out with him. Frank Zappa, if we're going back. It does happen. I don't think it ever really happens as much in metal, but it's like we're willing to take a fucking risk and
we kind of at least wanted to do one album where it's like, just to sort of put it out there, like, here's what's the core is. So if it changes in the future, there's always that one album that just, her and I made together.
But with all of this being said, our sound hasn't changed. Like, we still sound like Entheos because,
totally.
It's my voice and Navene writes all of the music now, but it's been, a good 80-90% of the music in the past.
So do you do the electronic stuff too, Navene? Because I've seen you post about.
For sure.
I love that shit in it, dude.
Awesome. Thank you.
I think that adds to the originality and the sickness of the whole thing. I fucking love that shit.
Good. Yeah.
That's awesome.
I love everything about your music, man. Seriously.
Dude, thank you so much.
I don't say that if I'm not serious. Like, very serious right now. No,
I wouldn't imagine it. Thanks. I mean, we gotta get more of that going.
I do need to be honest that I need to have a quick drum nerd moment with Navene. Like, you guys are cool with that? Yeah. So.
Oh, I'm cool with it.
So, what drums are you playing? How many kits do you have right now? What's going on? What's your setup? All that simple.
I've got I have Tama. A lot of Tama
and
here.
Joe goes to the bathroom. Here he goes.
And, it's like, fuck this.
Mainly, I have so I got this kit like probably 3 or 4 years ago. It's like the Tama Star Classic Babinga kit. And I had them like custom make it, like all the sizes are like exactly what I wanted and stuff.
So do you endorse Tama?
Yeah.
Oh, sick. Nice.
Yeah.
Yes.
I have for a while.
10 years.
Since I was in animals. Years. Yeah. So I have I've got a few different Tama kits, but I got this like really sweet, the Star Classic Babinga one before it was like endangered and stuff. And honestly, it's like just the perfect sizes and everything. And I had them make me a 12 by 12 floor tom. So it's like the only one that exists, you know. And I'm just like, man,
shit, a 12 floor tom, dude.
Yeah, because I have like that to my left, and then I have
super
like
small.
I remember you
sounds super small.
That.
Yeah,
I remember you posting
I don't know anything about drums, but I'm just hearing 12, and I'm like, as a floor tom. Actually, I know what a foot feels like, you know.
Anthony deals with tires and stuff, so he's like 12 inch. That's pretty small.
I have like this little floor tom, and like I don't know, it's just so sick. So
a 12 inch floor tom.
Yeah,
that's sick, man.
Yeah, it's really sick. So I have like I have that kit, and that's mainly what I use, just because, like I said, I got it kind of custom, and like I haven't really wanted anything since then. But I am thinking about getting a new kit that's black. Like, because that would be sick just to have like a solid black kit. I've never had that. And then I'm also thinking about switching over to 2 kicks.
I'm an advocate.
Double
kicks.
Yeah, 2 kicks.
Heard it first on Cali Death Podcast.
That is the first. That is the debut. I keep every day. I'm like, fuck, will you order that kit? Because I want it to be
2 kicks, dude, all metal.
They look sick.
Shit. What sizes?
I don't know.
20s, 22s. I think 20s are kind of a sick size, right?
Probably 20. Yeah. You know what's?
I'm still 22s, but
what's shitty is like I just love the sizes that my kit is now. So I don't really want to get the same kit, but it's, you know, I want to do something different. So
is your kit a 22 now?
It's a 20.
A 20.
Yeah.
You get that fat sound out of a 20? All of the Entheos stuff, like that kick drum that you're getting, that's a 20?
I don't think you used a 20 on ours.
I've not, that kit has not been used on an Entheos album.
But I thought you used, did you use a smaller kick than
no,
a 20?
Okay, so the kick on Dark Future is a Hyperdrive 22.
Okay, I don't know why I just like knew that was a 20. I don't
know.
Yeah.
What did you use on this record?
This record is the Babinga kit, but the kick's triggered on this album. So.
Yeah, exactly. But there's something about the
so good. Like Zach
I
has.
don't know. I think a 22 is. I'm sorry, it's a perfect size. I'm done. That's
22 is definitely the best. If you're not gonna trigger,
kind of really is.
Go 22 for sure.
Yeah.
But I've been ripping the triggers a lot.
Gang, what up?
Oh shit!
Damn.
Oh yeah, Joseph.
Nice. I got the fucking
I love
Marie
that.
jersey on the front right now. I don't know if you can see.
There
But,
you go.
Sick.
Oh, yeah.
Joseph's got that red kit. It's sick. Dude.
I did more symmetrical symbol placing, kind of inspired by the last 2 videos, Navene, where you were comparing the symbols.
Thank you.
And I threw like the symmetry side thing going, and I'm loving it. So,
dude, those are actually like, it's like legit the same, you know, except for one splash is smaller. That's it. Like,
oh, you have like 1616, like the same exact symbol. 18,
same exact. Yeah.
Okay.
He measured them all out like perfectly.
It's all fractal and shit. Yeah.
Dude, it is. It's like really cool. I had the idea. Like I just kind of came up with the idea, and I was like, "Fuck, I gotta do that. That'd be so sick." Like have the exact same setup, left and right. You know, and then like that's kind of why I want to get the second kick. You know, so it's like 2 kits, but just legit.
I always loved having 2 kicks. I don't anymore, but I loved it, dude. I want to get like another one, like for my top.
I remember you did that.
What did you love about it? What was the?
I don't know why. It just feels better than a double bass pedal. Like it's like better.
Really, playing 2 individual kicks? Feels better.
It's a different feeling at first. Like if you're used to doing like a pedal, but like once you like play on 2 kicks, you're like, oh, it's better. Like
it's like the bounce back, like something with like the recoil or something.
It's just different, faster. I don't know how to explain it, dude.
Another thing that I do like is if you're not using triggers, I do like there to be a slight variation in sound. Like I like that if it's acoustic. It sounds cool.
Oh yeah.
The left beater does sound different from the right.
I can get
true.
Deep into that if you want to talk about like Zach and stuff. like the
Zach,
first
well,
dude, he's done all of your recordings, right? All of them?
He does all the drums.
He's done all the drums.
Yeah.
He's mixed everything until this new record. Well, Navene mixed our last single, but Zach did the drums on the record we're going to put out next year, but he's not mixing the entire thing.
Actually, the last single we did was all recorded in this room that we're sitting in. But
dude, Zach's drum recordings have gotten they've improved like so much over the years. It's crazy. And the last stuff that he did with us, I feel like it's his drums that like the most punchy, the most just like etched out. It sounds so fucking good.
Yeah, we're getting someone else to mix this record this time. Someone super sick. It's,
sure. Oh yeah. It's normal
but,
multiple people on a project, you know.
Yeah.
But I was gonna say, like, Zach, when you introduced us, because we were like, you know, the first band after like Animosity or something. It was
makes
sense. Back. Yeah. So.
Yeah, Animosity actually made us go to Zach.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know what for Cryptic Implosion. It was one of you guys. It was either Leo or you or Frank or something that were like, you guys have to go to Zach. Like, exactly. You guys were like hard line in the sand.
Exactly.
Like 2006 or 5 or 6 or something. You guys were like, you guys
he has an actual studio, dude.
Yeah, he's like, dude, this is sick.
Exactly.
Oh, man, yeah.
No, I'm super glad. I mean, we were like one of the Animosity and us were like the first like death metal bands you really did. Like like with Cryptic and with Empires. It was like the first he was like, I could tell he was like still pretty green with it, but he had a bunch of cool ideas and
shredded so hard.
Yeah, totally.
But I remember he had
like something for that, dude. You know what I'm saying?
Are you saying that you blew up the?
No, I'm saying
the
I had a little bit to do with it.
I think Navene deserves the credit. That's what we're trying to say. Yeah,
buy me a beer. I don't know.
I think we should buy you.
Yeah. If you're a death metal band that's recorded with Zach, send Navene a 4-pack of some nice fucking.
What's your Venmo, Navene?
Yeah. Okay, I think it's Navene Koperweis.
At Venmo. Yeah.
Cue it up.
Actually, we recorded at Zach's parents' house.
Oh shit! Really?
That's right. Before the
pre-studio status.
Yeah. Damn.
For Shut It Down?
No, for our actually,
Empires.
a couple of. Wait a minute.
For Empires.
No. Shut It Down was at his parents' house.
Yeah.
Except for there was a couple different recording sessions. There was most of it is at his parents' house, and then I think 2 songs are out at Sound.
I would play Tony Hawk Pro Skater to Shut It Down, dude.
Yeah.
I'd turn off the volume and I'd pick up to Shut It Down, dude. That's what I was getting around to.
That's legit, dude.
On the PS1, bro.
Damn.
Dude, one thing I want to say.
Drop top PS1. We got
we were at
drop
our
top
the other day, and he had a mini PS1.
Yeah, I know.
He had like a keychain.
Yeah, he had like a
PS1
that was like it was like this big,
and it works.
What did it have? Like it was like a ROM thing or something?
I think so. Yeah, it was weird. I was like, what the fuck? It was like a shrunken PS1.
Yeah, it totally was.
But that's sick, dude. That you used to do that. But yeah, we recorded at Zach's parents' house, bro. Seriously. And we actually recorded them a few times because we did like Animosity had like a demo that we did at his parents' house. And then we did the Shut It Down thing there.
Wait, you were on the Animosity demo?
Yeah,
Hellraiser demo?
Hellraiser.
I thought that was
Hellraiser demo.
I had the Hellraiser demo.
That was at Zach's parents' house, straight up.
I bet that's worth some money. Any of you got a copy of it?
No,
we have physical copies in P-Town. What's up?
Damn.
So, just real quick, dude, for people that are
Pat
listening,
Kenny for sure has a copy, dude.
Yeah.
That's like the #1 Animosity fan from like the beginning in P-Town. He was like basically fucking all of that. Pat, Dan's brother.
Pat Kenny.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, just real quick,
sure.
While people are like chiming in, like, how many albums has Zach recorded, dude? Like, people need to understand who we're talking about right now. So
anybody chiming in?
I don't know, 100.
Dude, I will just say
for our thousands of listeners.
Have we not answered anybody?
No, I'm just trying to say, like, just so people understand, like, how much. Think about all the stuff he's done for all of our bands, like, and everyone. Like,
he's done crazy
sick, dude.
Shit.
Animosity, Odious, Decrepit.
Yeah, we could
did
start
both
naming forever.
all the Decrepit stuff I did was with Zach. You know, Severed, fucking Entheos,
So,
you guys, all that.
3.5 Entheos
Yeah.
Dude, he's the man.
I mean,
then,
dude, back
Didn't
I've
he
done
did
all-
some Suffo shit too. He mixed and mastered some Suffo.
Suffocation.
He's got
a record.
He's
Yeah.
got over 200 on Discogs.com, 200 things under his name.
Whoa,
Jesus.
nice.
Are you fucking serious?
Okay,
I've
you
done
guys,
a
I'm
few
telling you guys,
Yeah.
back in the day, I was into all of the like Bay Area death metal, deathcore shit that was coming out. I'm a huge Light the City fan still.
Oh,
And
hell
yeah, dude.
Zach
Hell
was
yeah.
doing all of that shit, and it was
So you
my
knew
dream.
who-
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and I've told Zach this before. It was my dream to someday come and track with Zach. So to be able to
Nice.
do that for me, I was like, he's a star-studded producer. You know what I mean? It's
What was
like
his response when you told him that? He's like, "Oh,
he
okay,
was
cool.
like, oh, okay,
listen,
cool. Yeah. He's like, oh, okay. I mean,
what are
I've
we doing
got
tonight?
some fantasy football to.
yeah."
Yeah.
He's like, can you redo that last thing? I think sucked.
But you know, like Zach has turned out some of the most fucking influential records ever. Like they've come out of Zach has been a part of them. He really
I
has.
remember hearing "As Blood Is Run Black" or whatever. As Blood runs.
Oh,
black,
they
and
recorded with
that's
them too.
And,
They
that was
definitely
I think I don't know if it was pre or post Animosity, but
It was post. What are you kidding me?
I don't know
God.
if he did it before you
Hitting
guys.
him?
This is the
Okay,
fucking.
This
What is that?
Okay.
This is the studio. This is for cryptic. Look at Zach.
Hair?
Yeah, look at him, dude. No hair.
You can like. I was just checking out the first one of these.
That's sick.
That-
Cheers.
You had it together enough to make us.
Hear me?
Yep, it's all solo.
Ahead of your time.
Yeah, way ahead of you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Jackson, I
shit.
have a
You're not
Jackson.
getting that.
Sick.
All right, so this studio that you're showing right now,
Yeah.
he was only there for like a few months, apparently.
Well,
Because I
the
talked to him.
Emeryville one.
What was
Emeryville.
No, it was in Oakland somewhere. It was like
Yeah.
No, that's after the. This is in Emeryville.
okay, so
Was it?
I'm tripping then. I'm
Ashby or whatever it was. It was So he went. I did Oakland with
I think
Severed.
it was one random Emory. I swear that's it right there, dude.
Dude, he was like, "Be careful, bums live in the bathroom."
Yeah. Maybe it was
if you
maybe it
microwave
was
something in the
technically-
microwave, it's gonna taste like fucking Chef Boyardee. Like,
Yeah, but he was only in that one for a very short while.
it was cold as fuck. It was like a concrete building. He was in, I don't know how long he was in, but I thought it was definitely Emeryville. The Oakland one was after. I did some Continuum shit there. I did,
Yep.
or
Yep.
Severed was still in Emeryville too, though. So Severed was, but only like not even a year later after Cryptic. So
We started using like Shark Bite
Shark Bite.
Yeah.
Bite Studios.
Have you
That
been
was
to Casey?
What's up?
The Shark Bite? Have you been to Shark Bite?
Yeah, we recorded a Polarity there.
Okay.
a word.
Decrepit. Yeah.
yeah,
But
that
not
was the
diminishing.
nice setup.
Diminishing was at the old studio that I just put on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Got
Well, so was that Emeryville or was it?
That
it
one that
don't
the video of us doing recording was in Emeryville.
Ah.
That's the Emeryville spot, dude.
That's where we did diminishing.
So I remember
too.
instead of fucking turning right off the bridge, you're turning left. You go,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
That's the
And-
spot
and-
I'm thinking of.
Yeah.
And like,
you're
let me
going
ask
by
you-
the IKEA. You're passing IKEA. You go to Ashby.
Doing, like,
And you got to go
Netflix
over
shit.
some train tracks, and then you got to come back the other way, and then it's like 55th or 65th, and then you turn left and go down that shit.
yeah, was it behind? Like, okay, so in the tracking room, there was like a door that went outside, like directly behind where he was sitting.
I don't remember.
There was another like storage room off to the left if you were sitting in his seat.
Oh, you're talking about like Soundwave. Like, was it a
No, it was
multi-level
Castle
spot?
Ultimate. Castle Ultimate.
Yeah. But was
Old
it
school shit?
that's that one that you just showed me? Was that
That's the Emeryville one. Because you
okay.
can see Dan. I mean, we don't have to pull it back up, but where Dan was sitting, behind him was a doorway into some storage shit that you might be thinking.
I might not have ever been. I might be thinking of one that I've never been to.
Ah.
I mean, this one is the one that I've never been to. I went to.
So he's in the big room right now, in the corner. Was that you, Casey, right there?
I'm muted. I'm all like, I'm muted. What the fuck? Yeah. So this one, this is the same one. This is where we did diminishing. That's the same studio.
All right. I don't know if I ever. I don't think I ever went to that one.
There's even a vocal booth in there.
I've only been to the new one.
Yeah, the Shark Bite.
So Shark Bite. So,
really?
So to kind of
that's where the continuum
but you guys
was done, right? Yeah, that's where I went. That's the one that's near Metro.
Oh, sorry.
It's kind of near Metro.
I guess I thought
the Oakland Metro.
Oh, it's right. It's right next to it.
Dude, it's like down the street.
So that's where that's the later one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's the only one I've been to. But we've only been a band for like 6.5 years. So.
No, it's all good. I think that spot that you guys went to is a better spot for sure. Like
that's sick.
It's warmer. It's warmer, and there's no bums in the bathroom, dude.
Far less bums in bathrooms.
You have to use a key card to get into this bathroom.
That's true.
So.
Yeah.
Bums don't usually carry key cards.
And he had the glass slider going into the recording room.
I did have a guy pull up in a truck though and ask me if I wanted to try some of his weed. And I was like, totally, yeah, I want to smoke your weed. Because I'd been going inside from like smoking my own weed. And then he was like, do you want to suck my dick? And I was like,
man.
No, I actually don't want to do that part.
Like, who does that? He's like, that's going to work, dude. I'm going to first offer to smoke my weed as my first in with this random female. And then I'm just going to go straight to the
wiener second.
I think he probably does it like 100 times, and he gets one out of 100.
Yeah.
So
it's a numbers game.
I'm
so alpha, dude. So alpha.
I'm telling you, huge bag of weed that he had pulled out. So I just got one bud. So there are many buds in that.
Oh,
yeah, so each bud represents
a girl.
Navene, you recently recorded with a fucking Machine Head or something, right? He did like a song or something.
I've done a few songs with Machine Head.
Dude. Okay, and that was at Shark Bite, right?
Yep.
So I get the location correct.
That came about strictly. Let's talk about the location a little more.
Yeah.
Wait, is it a right or
it's
left?
Is it off Geary or is it off Sam?
IKEA. Okay, IKEA.
No, that's strictly pretty much because of Zach. I mean, they needed a. Actually, it was actually a while ago. Like the first time I recorded with them, because I've recorded with them at least twice.
I think, more than that.
It might be 3 times, but I'm stupid.
Check out the new Ola England. Did you see that? He brought it up in the news, and he's just all like, "Oh, he's talking about you, Ola England." He's like brought up the footage of you like playing Machine Head stuff, and he's just all like, I think you should keep that drummer. Keep that drummer's sick. Well, and I was like, yesterday I saw it. I think it came out yesterday.
Fuck yeah, dude.
I literally saw it yesterday, and I was like, Navene's got to see this.
That's so sick, man.
Yeah, that's why I'm back then.
Well,
I owe him a beer. All right, but anyway, yeah, we did a couple songs. Like, I want to say it was like 2 years ago, right, Chaney? What do you think?
Probably, yeah.
Yeah, and then
more.
And then I did. I went back in. I did like 4 songs this time around. Okay.
Nice.
So I don't want to say too much, but I did play on.
Did a song just come out that has you on it, or was it?
They put like a studio update.
Yeah, I saw a video.
Oh, okay, cool.
That's what Ola was talking about, and Ola like showed a little bit of it and talked about it and stuff, and praised you. Yeah, totally.
That's awesome.
That's smart. I like that.
That is smart. That's very smart.
But it's coming out soon. There's a release with me on it for sure.
Is it an album or is it a single?
It's not a full album, but there's some songs.
Navene is just all over the metal.
It's called an EP.
Yeah.
Is it an EP?
Yeah.
You've done like some faceless. Have you done you did the last song on Planetary Duality? Was that you?
No, I did one song on the first album.
I think also Navene should get his credit because he wrote one of my favorite faceless riffs.
No shit.
Navene, all right, hum them.
Okay, I did. Actually, no, that's what you're thinking about, Joel. The last song on the Planetary Duality, I wrote the first couple verses for that song.
That's what I did. That's
no
what
way.
Michael told me. Yeah. Okay, that's right. That's you?
Yeah, I wrote that.
Nice.
Dude,
it sounds almost like a Entheos kind of.
People will be like, "Oh, Entheos kind of sounds like the Faceless." It's like, yeah, dude.
And I wrote that.
It actually started in those.
Yeah, that's my favorite. That's my favorite Faceless riff.
no way. Oh, it's that whole tone shit, dude.
Yeah, exactly.
Wait, did you do the fucking
Yeah, okay. So I did write that, but Keen did add in the little cool little fills. So I wrote but he added in the
okay. Yeah. I thought that sounds like your style, like watching your guitar videos now. I figured you did that, Phil, because like you throw a lot of those like kind of like stuff in there.
I mean, I think Keen and I like influence each other for sure. You know
work very well together as well.
Yeah. I'm not gonna say like, oh, he was trying to copy my shit or whatever. Like I copy him all the time, and I think I wouldn't say he copies me, but I think he's taken influence from what I've done. Dude, I owe a lot to Keen for sure. Like he taught me a lot about recording. I mean, his band like totally blew my mind when I first heard it. Like, I don't know. He's a huge influence on me for sure.
What about the song you did record on drums on the Akeldama?
Yeah, so I did the song.
The ghost note part.
It's like the dun 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 dun. It's sad that I don't know. It's like Horizons of Chaos.
Horizons of Chaos.
The
part
ghost
1, right?
The ghost notes.
Yeah, the ghost notes are something different. Well, okay, so let's clarify here. I played with Faceless for one tour. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and some of the drum and like they had a couple songs that were on Planetary, and we played them on the tour. So some of the drum parts, they like watched the YouTube videos and were like, oh, you should told Lyle like, hey, you should do this part that Navene did. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. You're
saying before it was it after the album was done or before?
No, like before, like.
So you are
like how he's like,
Keen made you learn that, and then you add some shit during the tour, and then they're like, oh shit, that's dope. Let's put it on the album.
Yeah. They're like, that's you probably do that. Like that was cool what he did.
He's probably do that.
Carrie, Navene is really good at doing mouth riffs. I have him do it all the time.
Yeah.
I mean, I think everyone in most death metal bands
in this.
Yeah.
But Navene is really good at doing it accurately.
That's how Matt Sotelo too.
Very rhythmic. Yeah.
He speaks it. He goes jugga jigga jigga jigga. He has like all these noises for like the jugga juggas and the digga digga and the all the different
Totally.
Yeah, Matt's death metal speak. We just be in like all.
Well, calling it a digga riff goes way back. Do the digga.
If you're in a death metal band, everyone does it.
I think that I do it, but just not as well as Navene. So I'll like do a riff, and then he'll like do the actual pronounced version of the riff that I'm trying to do.
Way.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like
or like also I've done it like the riff before because I'm like, dude, no, you need to play like this, and he's like, okay, I got the actual.
So what's the Crabb way? The Crabb way is like woo woo wow wow.
It's like dun, 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 but I like move my tongue. Sometimes I'm not like directly on beat with my tongue. Like there's you know what I mean? So Navene will like clean it up a little for me. but if I'm like playing it on guitar, it's like the dumb version of whatever Navene would play,
But that's like a jazz thing. Like jazz musicians all know how to sing their parts as long with playing it. Like metal musicians should know how to do that. It's true.
Yeah, I learned that when I was doing.
That would be giving me way more credit than I deserve.
Yeah,
for sure.
Navene is a jazz musician.
How do you do those crazy vocals, Chaney, that are like they're all like a witch that's like pulled into this like vortex?
Like the vocoder vocals?
Well, there's like multiple things, like all of your vocals. Like I was gonna say, like that's another thing I was gonna talk about was all the different drum sounds you guys get. Like there's like pulled back ambient drums, then there's like the main drums, and then you guys but you do like in different levels. It's so sick. But I think also with the vocals you do that too. It's like there's like this ambient thing, and then there's like the present shit, and it's like it's super multifaceted. That's why I fucking love. I'm like, dude, this shit is insane, dude. Like,
Thanks. That's like man. you're you're picking up on it.
But I'm serious. I'm serious right now.
No, but seriously, that really means a lot because it's like we do all of these things and we never know if it's going to translate the way that we actually want it to. So to hear someone echo it back to us is really awesome. And to me, it's like the way that dude, I'm a huge Soul Niger Frederick Thorndahl fan. Mm-hmm. And to me, the vocals on that record are very like, it's your conscience talking to you. And that's a way that I look at vocals. Like I really like to have them be super, like I'm very into super verbed out vocals in certain parts, but I think that they can be used in all sorts of ways to be like the voice at the forefront, but also like the voice that's lingering in the back of your mind that's almost speaking to you, but you don't even know that it's there. It's subliminal. And that's something that I'm always attracted to those kind of vocalists. Like one of my favorite vocalists is Karen Dreyer from The Knife and Fever Ray. And she does all of these super like vocoded out things, super pitch shifted things. And that's such a huge influence on me. And I think that it's like, I just love using that as a tool and not necessarily being like just doing like vocals all the time. You know what I mean?
We're doing vocoders for the first time on one of my band's records, Transcend the Realm, and I'm awesome. I'm the one talking it, and then we're like, synthing it. And I was like, I'm trying to figure out how to do the planetary duality / Entheos like vocoder sounds, and like trying to figure out how to do it. So I actually would appreciate like behind the scenes a little like what synths is that, like Navene on the synth figuring out how to do that vocoding stuff?
Yep.
All right, it's actually really easy to do.
Like I know how to like get a synth. I know I have the like vocoder plugin. I just like what
so the one that if you're talking about the Entheos kind of like Soul Niger vocal thing, it's not really a vocoder per se. It's you take an auto filter, right? And it's just going really, really fast. So it's kind of like chops it up, like it's like
that's like the bitey kind of like thing, yeah.
And then you put distortion on top of that, and then
that's an auto filter. Okay.
Yep. It's an auto filter going like really fast, like audio rate.
I'm gonna fuck with that.
And then if you want to do it live, what we've found out is that so I'm using like this A/B switch because I was using two mics at first to go back and forth, and our sound guy would mute my main mic if I was going to the side mic. But now I'm using an A/B mic on just my main, or like an A/B switch that we found from this company in Australia called Loopy. It was the only mic A/B switch that we could find. So I'm just A/Bing the effect through Ableton.
So we have one that goes to a channel on Ableton that has that effect on it, and then one that's just like dry regular.
Exactly.
You can switch between the two.
So it's like
Ableton switch it. No, you switch it yourself.
I switch it manually. Okay. Yeah.
Gnarly.
Yeah,
that's rad.
Yeah, it's cool. It's cool to fuck around with that type of stuff.
I saw you guys. What did you guys do like the Rivers of Nile tour 2017 or 18? And you guys played 1720.
Yep.
That show one of rocked, dude. And the live vocoder shit or auto filter shit that definitely stood out like as a highlight of the set. Absolutely works. Man. Yeah.
I'm glad you enjoyed that.
Maybe we should keep doing it.
Yeah. Well, there are some, there's some singing on the new record. So live, I had like this voice live pedal, which is essentially an Axe Effects for vocals. And I think I'm going to buy another one of those now that I'm singing live to take on tour to use for clean vocals. But I'm glad that they translated well live because it's always a question to us, like, because my vocals, my highs are a little louder than my lows. So when I do vocoder shit, I'm normally doing highs. So we're always afraid about how the sound is going to even itself out in a live environment. So I'm glad that it sounded good.
Would it be like, this is just a stupid ass trying to say it, something because I know that compressor mics like level that shit out. Is that something that you would like switch over to just to do that part live, like have a separate mic to where it like compresses everything to where it stays level, or am I just sounding like an idiot?
No, well, I originally was going out and using two mics, but the thing is that in death metal, your parts come on so fucking quickly that it's like I'm going, and I move around a lot. I have like a bad habit of just from playing small shows and shit, being the person all around the stage. So if we're playing huge staged places and I'm not staying in place, I have to like run over to my vocoder, especially if I've like taken a shot before I go on stage. It's like I'll be on one side of the stage and I have another part coming up in a beat and I have to run over to it. So it becomes a problem in like I'm thinking about
way more
that
things
at the
you gotta
same
think
time.
about.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I get that. I mean, I'm like another thing note about our live set is like I control the smoke machine.
Yeah.
So,
Dude, always.
That's what they're calling it these days. Okay.
Yeah.
Is that like a pad? Do you get like a pad? Do you have like a 808
pedal.
pad?
Pedal.
A pedal?
Yeah, next to my hi-hat. So I'm like playing drums, Jim. It's like hitting smoke, like
dude, totally. And
do you just do it randomly, or do you have it like?
Oh, dude,
no, it's got spots. I'll look back in between songs and be like, "Yo, you need to hit that."
Yeah.
That actually translate into the music one time throughout the song. You're gonna use your foot to hit that.
Yeah,
he
multiple times.
It's annoying.
It.
It's annoying, but I do that. Dude,
didn't we have
because we don't want to have a like light guy?
Weren't you using two?
No, well, I figured out a way to hook up the one pedal to both the smoke machines.
There we go. Yeah. Because dude, we've gone out of our way to not have to hire an LD or anyone separate.
Yeah.
So Navene, I mean, beyond making music, Navene MIDI controls our entire light show. Yeah. And does runs our smoke machine live. And
like setting up the drums is like a very real fast thing.
That's like vacation.
Like, drums cool. They're done. All right, I'm on lights, fucking getting these smoke machines hooked up, all this fucking shit.
Like each tom's a different light. Like just like
that would be sick.
Oh dude, each tom like sets off a different piece.
No, it's all
smoke.
pre-programmed for sure.
Okay.
But the smoke machine though, you got the pedal, so you got that.
But the programming lights is like him putting on sunglasses and sitting in our house for 4 days straight, listening to our set over and over like a fucking crazy person and just programming the brightest lights ever. Yeah. So I'll like leave our house and pull back up and it'll just be a light show outside, like the craziest shit. And I'll come inside to Navene sitting in a chair, like staring at the lights, just programming them.
I set my computer up over here and then I have all the lights over there and I'm wearing my shades and it's just like
and then
honestly I can't wait to do that again.
I know.
That's gonna be sick.
It sounds like a lot of fun.
It used to be like this sucks, I hate this, but now it's like we haven't played a show in 2 years or whatever, so I'm like fuck.
I know.
I'm down.
Can I ask an older touring question? Chaney, when you were doing merch for Animals, did you start by the time that you did the Animals intro? Who was the other band on that bill tour?
Are you asking if I started, if I did it on that tour?
Chaney was on that tour.
That was the tour I did. Yeah. It was Animals, Intronaut, Dead Letter Circus, Last Chance to Reason, and was there someone else on that?
So I don't know.
I did Dead Letters merch as well.
Okay, I don't remember if the whole bill played, but I saw that show in Oakland.
Oh, the whole bill played.
The whole bill played.
Dude, okay, so Steve Jones from The Faceless went on that tour with us, and he filmed a documentary. And there was a shot from the Oakland Animal set of this girl just fucking killing it.
Yeah, just
going ham to Animals, and we would always just zoom in on that shot of that girl's face the entire for the rest of the tour. So I'll never forget that shit.
That's fucking awesome. So I remember I was in like the dubstep scene at the time too, and like I would like convince a bunch of people to go up to Oakland, and I was like, there's like this dubstep event, but then like there's this concert, and I want to go to the concert, and I like convinced like, you know, there's a few friends who were like down with Animals and Intronaut, but then so like we went to the show and like saw your set and then like cruised back to the dubstep event afterwards, and then we were just like, oh dude, dubstep fucking sucks. Like none of this is.
Yeah. Where was the dubstep event at?
I don't one of those like kind of
in San Francisco somewhere.
No, it was in Oakland. It was not too far away. It was like a mile or two away. It was in one of those like industrial area kind of.
Yeah, that sucks. If we had known about that, we would have went to that.
I know. Dude, someone said Steve Jones should be in Entheos. Yeah, I mean, dude.
Oh,
if we could get Steve Jones to play metal.
Dude, I've been actually texting back and forth with him. He's I miss that guy. That guy is one of the most underrated guitar players and one of the most like, and on the last pod or with Brandon, we talked about it where on tour with Faceless and stuff, he got super nerdy with lights. Like he would show up to the venue and like get on all the light machines. He started to show me, and I would do lights for the faceless, but he was like slowly like showing me how to do it and stuff like that. And all the, like, we go to House of Blues or like big places and like deal with the different light machines every day. And like that is that's a definite deep hole you can get into with like how technical those light boards are. Like that shit is ridiculous. And that guy is just ridiculously talented. And I wish he would. Brandon said they're still jamming and they're doing some music, but I mean,
that's awesome. I mean, dude, Steve is not only one of the sickest riff writers out there, but watching him on stage, like he fucking killed on stage.
Yeah,
totally.
Seeing him with the faceless was amazing.
Just his style, and then that was actually what I brought up a bunch on the Brandon one, was that he would just never fucking open his eyes. And so like my whole thing, he'd just be like, just be in this zone where he'd do that the reverse headbang thing, and like, and I would be in the front like every day, every show, just being like trying to get his attention, like, look at me, just look at me once. And like finally he started like pointing at me. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna go back. Steve looked at me. All right, it's all good now. But yeah, no, he's playing whole faceless sets with his fucking eyes closed, like literally, like insane.
He's incredible.
Yeah,
dude, there's a whole, he went on that Animals tour, which was the first headlining Animals as Leaders tour, which was a pretty crazy time, you know. And he shot a whole documentary of that entire tour, and it just has never surfaced. So somewhere there is a whole sick documentary of that time in our lives, and it was us and Animals, and Evan was in the van with us as well, and and Kalela was on the tour as well.
On the tour.
Kalela was on there as well, which, you know, if no one here is hip to like R&B, Kalela has gone on to become a fucking very well-known, you know, she's killing it in R&B. So it was like a just weird, I don't know, it was a great time. It was one of the best times of my life. That was a fun tour.
Yeah.
I just texted Steve Jones, what's up with that Animals as Leaders documentary? Let's get something going with that.
So Navene, real quick,
embarrassing at this point.
All these names that we've been talking about, animals, animosity, and all this kind of stuff, like Reflex is a name that we should be mentioning right now. We're talking the Pound, we're talking all these guys. It's like, it's Reflex too. I don't know if anybody really knows about that band, but that was, you know, a label mate of Light the City at the time, and that's Tosin was and Evan, right?
And Javier, right? Wasn't Javier?
So
in
it's like,
I think he might have been.
And Ash was on vocals.
Okay. Yep.
And Ash, and it was this like crazy weird pre-Animals as Leaders style, like metalcore mixed, but like still super technical, and adding those elements that Animals as Leaders has like polished off.
Yeah, some of the Reflex songs became Animals as Leaders songs.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
You could see it totally makes sense. It's the next step.
Totally.
You know?
Yeah. I mean, we used to play with them like all the time. Like,
and that's what I'm saying. So it's like, it's natural. I don't even know the you know, the story of it, but it just in my head, I obviously realized it's like Animosity, Reflex, Pound, touring, all that shit. That's how those conversations came for you to be involved in Animals, right?
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, we actually met them when Animosity was on like our first tour. It wasn't even like a real tour. It was just kind of like a, you know, run, just kind of, I don't know what you would call it. It's a tour, but it was like a 1 week like run to Texas and back.
Yeah.
And I was probably like, I don't know, maybe 17 or 18. And that's when I met Tosin and Evan and all those guys, Ash and everybody. And we just kind of stayed in contact ever since then. And yeah, that's totally how I met all them. And that's definitely how I got into Animals.
Then that's what it was. It was just like they had this new project and they hit you up and they're like, "You're the dude," or
no, not at all. Actually, I was like, kind of forced my way into the scene.
Nice.
I was kind of like, dude, I'm gonna do it. I'll do it.
Yeah.
Come on, you got to get me to do it. And
I mean, and that first record, dude, you shined for me, bro. Like I'm gonna, everybody else has been licking your taint. I'm gonna lick it right now.
Dude, before you go there, I'm not on the first record. So,
but okay, so seeing you play that
programmed, was it
I'll
programmed?
take a paint licking then.
God damn it! You
was
just
it programmed?
took the wind out of my sails, bro.
No, he's on waitlist, dude.
Yeah,
You can just the first record he was on is
like,
Weightless.
To be fair, a lot of people think I'm on that album.
Wait.
Sure. So I'll take it. I'll take
All
the
right.
credit.
Fuck, dude. Okay, so now explain it to me and make me fucking know the real deal.
Tosin made that album with Misha, the guy from Periphery. And then after that, actually, I was in Animosity at the time, and we had the album, and we were like, man, this thing is super sick. Are you fucking kidding me? And then it wasn't till like a year or two later that he actually like assembled a band and did the whole thing. Mm-hmm. And at that point, I was like kind of aware that he was putting together a band, and Animosity had just broken up. And so I was like, yo, man, you got to get me in the band. But like I said, I got in so early that like most everybody thinks that I played on that album.
Yeah, dude, I was tricked. I was tricked.
No, that's sick though. That's sick that I get that credit for sure. That's a freebie.
No doubt, but there's like parts of that album that I'm like, oh yeah, that sounds like a Navene thing.
He was the first person to play them live, so I think that perhaps
and that's what I was seeing.
Perhaps that is like
that's tight. Maybe they're like trying to channel my drumming. I don't know.
That just shows how deep I go into when I buy an album. I actually look who's involved. I'm like, oh, dude, I saw Navene play it like right after it came out, so he must have done it. It sounds like.
Here's another thing, though, is that actually, tracking it and actually playing it live are two different things. No doubt. The fact that Navene went out and played all that shit live is kind of crazy. In a time when that kind of drumming wasn't actually popular in the metal scene.
Yeah. Like, it was popular for us, but yeah, I understand what you're saying. Like, it wasn't for the masses. The masses really wasn't. No. Weren't down.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it was cool for us, but it was still a new sound within the metal scene. I mean,
yeah,
is
there real bass on the first record? Because we were trying to figure out, and someone hypothesized that it was
pitched down.
That's what they thought, and I'm sure Misha has answered this like a million times online.
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah, but okay, that helps for me. Yeah, and then I wanted to ask about Weightless. Are those real drums, or is it an E-kit you recorded on?
Yeah, it's like kind of a blend between E-kit and then programming as well. You know what I mean? Just kind of blending it all together.
So it's MIDI that you started with E-kit and then you like fixed up a little.
Yep, that's right. Yeah.
Someone over there actually also asked, sorry, I'm reading the side, if you wrote any riffs on Weightless.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of did, but they were like complimenting something that, like, I would write like kind of metal parts to go to like some lead that Tosin wrote or something like that. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I remember he mentioned in an interview that you were like a little better at like the tight precision speed picking thing.
That's nice. That's really nice of him to say that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I'm actually met Tosin. He was filling in for Born of Osiris.
Yeah.
Just randomly got flown out to do that, and we were on the tour, and like I'm kicking myself to this day because he would just be in the backstage, just because how Tosin is, he's constantly playing. He's playing when he gets in the backstage. He's playing.
Yeah, I know, right? Like, I wish
always practicing.
Always practicing when we lived
and
together.
Always down to teach.
Totally.
That's what I'm saying. He was
the nicest dude.
No, he was literally asking me. He was like, I remember there was a few times he was like, "Hey Joel, do you want to come down and sit down and like work on some stuff?" I was like, "No."
Like, I'm gonna go drink.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah.
And then like later on, I'm just like, "Oh, cool, you're on Guitar World, man." Oh,
if you had a genie in a bottle, he'd be like, he plays with Steve Vai. He plays. With
Steve Vai came to the show. Remember, Navene, you were at that show. It was we played Sunset Strip. House of Blues, and I just like I'm loading in, and then I just see fucking Steve Vai walking down the fucking House of Blues little ramp. They're going, "Hey," and I'm like, what the fuck? This fucking Steve Vai's here, and his son, and like it's his son. I guess was a huge fan of animals, right? And that's how they connected was that night. And I know that Tosin was telling me that he went to Steve Vai's house that night, and they just jammed a bunch. And then Steve Vai like posted this thing. I just met this amazing guitar player, blah blah, gonna change the fucking game, and like just wrote this fucking amazing like review of him and of the show and stuff, and I knew like playing like because you guys were before Decrepit in that set, cool. And I was like, I was like, you guys are gonna be headlining this shit like in fucking
I
1
remember
year.
you saying that.
Yeah. I was like, dude, this is gonna be.
I just
game
wanted to
over.
add like Tosin always wore those like nice outfits, like suits.
Oh yeah,
you know,
He was always
on
dapper.
tour. You know,
Always dapper.
just getting out of
shredding
a
your
veil.
face
No,
off.
I think he
Dapper.
was sharing a bus with Veil Maya, but still, like he would come
Yeah.
out just fucking
like
looking like he
pimpin'.
just had all the shit like
Pimpins.
pressed and like it was all
Yeah,
like
like-
wrinkle free.
Well, he was
and,
like that even in Reflex, dude. And in Reflex, you see the shit that he was doing with all his floor pedals and shit, because it was only him on guitar.
Yeah,
But he would, like,
love that guy.
record his rhythm and loop it so he can solo over it while
It's
everybody
kinda
else is playing.
kind of like Mark from Veil
So
would do that all the time too.
Oh, Mark.
Oh yeah, I
also,
remember that. The first
Yeah.
couple of times I saw Vale.
Oh, this is way before that. This
Shit.
is way before that, dude. No,
Yeah,
no,
yeah.
Mark, love that guy. But this is,
But yeah,
Let's get down to brass tacks right now. So you guys just signed to Metal Blade
dude.
Records.
yeah.
yeah, we
So
Yeah.
that's like, I mean, I think you guys might have even told me when we were drunk hanging out and I just forgot, but then I saw the announcement. I was like, oh shit, fuck yeah.
Wait,
That's
what's
mine, dude.
what's Metal Blade? What's that?
It's like some sort of sharp sword.
That's what's
But
so
like,
that's what I was telling
I've never heard of it. I don't know.
You're gonna sign to a label. It's like I want to be on the one where you don't have to be like, yeah, it's this label. It's like a part of this other one. And, you know what I mean? You gotta like
because
explain
we've
the
done,
label.
we've
explanation,
done that in
yeah.
the past.
No
and it was
explanation
like,
needed.
It
It's
wasn't
metal,
fun.
but oh shit,
Yeah.
no, okay, sick. You know, like
It's like
Yeah.
I just signed to Dragon Records, dude.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
oh,
you're
what's
like,
it?
yeah,
Yeah,
Dragon
sick.
Record. It's like a subsidiary of this other label.
Yeah,
Uh,
totally.
I mean,
With
Yeah, dude.
but
I
Seasons
mean,
of
you're
Mist
coming up,
owns all
you
of
guys
it.
are saying this analogy, but really you have an actual one, which is Black Market Activities,
yeah,
which is the sub.
But I don't think
was.
that black market hasn't put anything out
No,
since
it's
like
not-
09.
No, but I'm just saying, like, that was your first Metal Blade adjacent signing.
Yeah,
that's what it was.
definitely.
Yeah,
but we didn't. We were like stoked because the Metal Blade logo was on the album, but that's like all I associated it with.
yeah.
The Animosity record, you mean?
That's
like
like us getting the
Metal Blade
UL
logo.
tag, dude. It's the same thing. Going for unique leader, and I know that you were going for like unique leadership with the early Fleshrot.
Oh,
Flesh,
definitely, dude,
Flesh
definitely. We
rotter.
like, I'm
dude,
pretty
give
sure
it up for Embalmer, dude.
I'm pretty sure that we sent some of those demos that you have on your iPod to Unique Leader for sure on a CD. Actually, you know what? Never mind that. We went to a Deeds of Flesh show and I handed Eric a demo. And I was like, dude, check this out, man. And it was some old Fleshrot stuff for sure.
Oh, nice.
Dude,
Never
real
heard-
quick side note.
Never heard that.
Because Gus, what was his name? Gus, the guy, the vocalist of Red Chord. He ran.
I think his
Guy.
name's Guy.
Guy. Sorry.
Yeah.
What's funny is that I just had that same story, but I gave him a CD that wasn't even me on vocals. I gave him Devouring the Prophecy. And I was like,
Oh, yes.
dude, we're getting ready to record Cryptic. I wanted to see if we'd get in with Black Market Activities, but that was the only thing I had, dude, was Devouring. And I'm like, here's a version of the band that I'm in without me in it, but it's not the same thing. We're like better and awesome.
At the
Here's
pound?
the, it's like, how do you do that now? I don't, that giving here's me or not me, but this is me right now.
Yeah, I know. I know exactly what you're talking about.
Oh yeah.
Where was that at?
That was at where?
What street was it on?
It was in Frisco for sure. Oh, dude, you got to turn left. You got to take an up at this one spot.
Yeah, that's funny, man. I mean, I don't know.
Sick though, Metal Blade, dog. I'm just, I don't know. I want to go back to
It
Metal
was
Blade
a
because that was
Slims.
like,
I think it was a Slims deal.
but dude, so I know you guys obviously had, a few different labels to choose from. And I know listening to your previous podcasts, I know that definitely the lineup and the band lineup of the label was very important to you guys.
Very important.
Yeah. So that's where you kind of like, because it wasn't like a monetary, like you weren't looking for funds, you were looking for like what fits the band most and what will give us the best, kind of shot. And it's not like, obviously with record labels, you're not looking for money. It's not like,
Well, full disclosure, we did not take the most amount of money that we were offered to do it. because we wanted to go with the label that we felt actually we actually fit on and actually would be the best for our music. Because it's like in the past we've taken really good offers from labels that no one knew about. And
yeah,
then,
but it's like a lot of money, so we're like, oh, well, let's get the money, dude. Fuck it. But in the long run, it's like that's just
it doesn't help as much.
And
you know, we actually went through every label and we looked at every single band, how they all handle their bands. And we were just like, you know, with all things considered, what label exactly do we want on? And it all came to Metal Blade. I feel like Metal Blade,
easy choice.
Don't get me wrong. There are so many other labels that have fucking fantastic bands, but I do
they don't
think
have Cannibal.
But they don't have Cannibal. They don't have
Cannibal's the best death metal band ever. Period. In the story.
They just, you know, when it came to looking at bands that we wanted to model our thing after, not necessarily our music, but just the way they've gone.
Yeah.
It's Metal Blade through and through. And not to mention the team at Metal Blade.
Yeah.
Very supportive of us and our, you know, it's just the full picture of Metal Blade. When it comes to like bands that I want to go on tour with, a lot of them are on that label. If they constructed a tour out of any bands on their label, I'd be happy to be on it.
Exactly. And that's more what we were looking for. You know, we're just like, you know what? Let's forget about the monetary side or any of that for whatever, and just look at what label do we want to be on. That's it. You know, like what label would I be the most stoked to wear their shirt?
Exactly. And it's not labeled through and through.
And yeah, it's like Metal Blade. Nuclear Blast is obviously really super sick. But I mean, and honestly, I just feel like they're really down to earth. You know what I mean? Like,
that too. Yeah. It feels like a family environment.
Yeah. So, I mean, even though we haven't really done a whole lot with them yet, you know, we've pretty much just announced the band. That's it. But it's still been awesome to talk to them.
Going through that whole process, just like, because you do have to talk back and forth with your label about putting out like press releases and everything. So going back and forth through that process with Metal Blade was the easiest thing we've ever gone through, with what I felt like was the most support. Because I mean, you know, we were signed to labels in the past who they were great and like the people were great, but I don't think that they necessarily know how to push the type of or deal with the type of band that we are. I think that
Metal Blade's been doing it for like 40 years or something.
Exactly. And they like weird fucking music.
Yeah.
You know? And they're about that, and they're about the long-term career. Metal Blade isn't a label that's like trying to sign the next the big thing that's big right now that's not going to be big in 3 years. That's not what the label's about.
Yeah.
So
and that's like important for us to like align with that type of thing, because it's like we obviously don't do like trendy kind of music flavor of the month type stuff. So
they have the best customer service is what you're saying.
Yeah.
I mean, I just feel like honestly, on all fronts, like we've been trying to just identify the core elements to everything. You know what I mean? Not just be sidetracked by maybe it's the best money or blah, 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 this, that, and the other thing. Like, let's get down to like the real core of what we're doing, who could get us to where we want to go.
Veil of Maya was mentioned earlier. You've lifted the veil. You're lifting
the veil.
Forget all the fucking the smoke and mirrors.
Yeah, you're flash. Everybody's
and that's what's like. I don't know. We're loving it for sure already. Yeah, and like I said, I'm super proud to be like, yeah, we signed a fucking metal. That's like awesome.
Most of the fucking, I love collecting vinyl, and most of the metal vinyls that a lot of the metal vinyls that I collect are from fucking Metal Blade. It's like they're putting out bands that are my favorite bands that exist.
Like right when we signed to the label, I went on their web store and was like looking through their metal vinyl catalog, and I was like, fuck,
I know.
This is sick.
I mean,
Odious got our last one done in vinyl, dude. It was our first vinyl. It's my first vinyl. It's so fucking cool to have your first vinyl.
That's what I was talking about on your guys' podcast. I was like, dude, who's gonna fucking make the vinyl? Like, like for these, I got these on the wall right here. I got these 2 right here on the wall. Like, who's gonna make the next one? Like, I want the little picture thing, dude. I want the thing.
Who's gonna make the best collection too? It's like who's got the splatters and all that.
Exactly.
Shit.
Yeah. Did you guys release Fleshrot on Metal Blade? Was it?
Yeah.
I think I saw that on your.
Sure.
So tell me about why. I mean, who's the band that had you have to change the name to WRO?
Yeah. There's
they're from the UK, I think.
Yeah. From like another country.
They're a death metal band.
Do you get a cease and desist, or you just knew that?
No, it was actually Metal Blade was kind of like, okay, so at the time, actually, so if you really want to know the story,
here,
Fleshrot was my own thing. You know, it's kind of like I play guitar. I'm gonna try to make like we had animosity, and I was like, like whatever, fuck these guys. I want to make my own album. You know, I don't want to deal with these guys bullshit. And then I met Johnny just because like JFAC used to open up like local shows and stuff, and I was like, damn, that guy's super sick at vocals. And then we kind of became friends, and I was like, dude, you should sing on like I'm gonna make this death metal album. You should sing on it. You know, and so it was a really long time in the works, like, I don't know, 5 years or something like that. And then he agreed to do it. It was actually going to be on Black Market. And then I was kind of like having I was having second thoughts. I was like, fuck, I don't know about this Black Market thing, you know? And I straight up one night, it was actually New Year's Eve. I don't know what New Year's it was. And I was, you know, I was pretty intoxicated, not gonna lie. I was like, I sent him an email. I'm like, God, dude, I don't think it's gonna happen. I don't think we're doing Fleshrot together, you know. And he was not stoked on that, obviously, because I had committed to doing it on Black Market for sure. Don't get me wrong. I backed out of the deal, and then I think honestly, just happenstance, JFAC's on Metal Blade, and they were a really big band at the time. And they were just like, hey, we're gonna put that out, you know. So it was super sick for me, obviously. And then we finished the album. I finally flew Johnny out, and we made it. And rest is what it is, you know. It came out on Metal Blade. It's pretty cool. It's just a weird, you know, cult classic.
It's a good record. I just jammed it the other day on the plane coming back to California. It's good, but I think it's super bare bones, and that's something that I really like about it.
So the name, I think Metal Blade was just kind of like, yeah, you should probably just change it because we don't want to deal with like this other Fleshrot.
I think that other Fleshrot is actually a fairly well-known European band.
Yeah. And I remember at the time I went on MySpace and I was like, fuck you guys suck. Yeah. They were like, you suck. You don't even have a band. You're just some fucking goon. Like,
you deserved that.
Yeah, it was hilarious. And then Johnny came up with the idea like, oh, what if we just made it like Flesh WRO,
which is
like kind of cooler.
It's a sick
It
name.
actually is kind of cool, dude.
I think it's better.
Yeah, so I like
play
that.
on words.
I thought it was super clever.
Yeah,
it was clever reach. It was like a clever like sweep it under the. Or I don't know what the term is, but you know what I'm saying.
Rot means like skillfully crafted.
Right.
So that's kind of.
It actually more metaphorically is cooler now.
Yeah, it's way deeper.
It's creation.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It's way deeper. Yeah.
What it's all about being deep.
So that was
exactly.
Honestly, we were like, all right, we're changing it to that. Cool, whatever. But I'm just, dude, I'm such a like, I don't care about like any of that type of stuff. You know what I mean? That's why I need other people in my band. I don't care about like names or art or any of that. You know?
So I had the
mine would be like demo.
Speaking of art, though,
that's why I can. Yeah.
Speaking of art, you guys have the sickest art, though. What the fuck,
dude? We're about to have
that like dark, whatever. What is it? Dark. What is it called?
Yeah, it's like
Dark Future.
Almost like a dark.
I love you guys, but I can't remember. Like, Dark Future. That cover is fucking rad, dude.
Thank you, man.
Thank you.
Yeah,
who did that? What is that?
His name is Carol Leja.
Yeah, Comatech.
All right.
This is his artist name. Right. Yeah, he's pretty sick. He does more drum and bass type electronic shit.
Okay, yeah.
And then
sure.
I just kind of found out about him through that, and then I thought his art was super sick, and I just reached out to him like, "Hey, do you want to do a metal band?" And he was into it, obviously.
He was really
pay his ass.
Yeah, he did a good job. But on the new record, we have Elleron Cantor doing the art, so we're fucking stoked because that guy's a fucking
it's gonna be
maniac.
Yeah, we're stoked.
Chaney, I have a question.
Actually, the Comatech guy did the Infinite Nothing as well.
Yeah, he did.
By the way,
I just wanted because Chaney originally you said that you didn't want to. You're like, I don't want to start a band with Navene. I don't want to do this. And then you're signing when you signed a Metal Blade, like, what was?
Is it kind of like getting married, like for?
Well, I was making fun of it the other day, and our friend was telling us how like relationships fall apart because of lack of trust. And I was like, wow, Navene and I just, keep getting more in trust with each other. We keep signing documents that are close to marriage, even further, but
we are engaged to be wed, though, by the way.
We are engaged.
Oh, congratulations.
Yeah, thank you.
So you said, I remember in one of your podcasts that like is because of the pandemic and stuff is the reason why I didn't go down. But when are you guys when's that Seascape Resort fucking marriage gonna happen?
Can I come to the party? Am I invited?
You can, dude, if you want.
If you want to fly to Iowa.
It's gonna be in Iowa.
We're we just pre-planned our wedding for next June. So hopefully it doesn't get canceled this time.
I don't think it'll get canceled this time.
No, I think we're good.
But yeah, we were supposed to get married last June.
But honestly, it's funny that you asked that because we literally just rescheduled it today. This past weekend, we were in Des Moines because my little sister got married. So I think, and then, we're going to a wedding in a couple of weeks, and Navene's sister is getting married at the end of the summer. So I think it just kind of, kicked us into gear. Like, let's do this.
Also, some mutual friends of ours just got engaged.
Yeah.
Joel, I'm sure you saw that.
Shara and Jared.
Oh, yeah.
Congratulations.
I hooked them up. I hooked them up, by the way. I hooked them up. I'm the Cupid in that relationship.
Oh, nice, dude. That's awesome.
So
I toured with him before you even knew him, dude.
So I saw them get engaged, and I was like, okay, dude, I am not having another set of friends get married for us. Let's go ahead and fucking
we've been engaged we've been engaged for 3 years.
Yeah, we've been engaged.
Facebook's the worst, man. Like you just see people like their life events and shit. You're like, shit. Like, what do I need to do to change my life to make this?
I like Chaney.
We gotta get married. We gotta get married.
I because like I'm assuming, forgive me if I'm being what's the word when you assume something?
Assumptive.
Anyway, there's a good word for it. There's a good word for presumptuous.
Presumptuous.
There you go.
I feel like we're gonna be.
That was the word I meant.
We might be invited to their wedding, and I'm like, I'm not gonna go sit through a wedding where I watched them get engaged, and now I'm watching them getting married. We've been engaged for like fucking 3 years. We have to get married before then. That's what I'm saying.
Fully funded status. Fully funded status. I feel like I'm gonna fly out to that.
Yeah, you're definitely invited.
Dude, that'd be
Joel.
sick, man.
It's
gonna be a good wedding, by the way. It's gonna be sick.
Our wedding.
Joel, can I marry you so like we can be funded?
Dude,
fully funded.
I mean, we've been talking about the dance portion of the wedding, and I think it's gonna be a tight wedding. Because here's the thing. We got a venue that can stay open until 2:00.
Yeah.
And then we're going to get a rental after and go and fucking party.
After party.
And it's like there's a bar that's
next
separate.
Door,
that's like
literally
attached
next door
to the venue. So
and you know that we have good taste in music for people to dance to. Even though Joel, you know what, everyone, I'm going to put Joel on blast.
Joel's
right
garbage.
Joel is
with
not
the hip hop and the dance and all that shit. He's terrible.
Next weekend, we're going to a dance party, like a huge dance festival with Jared and Shara. And Joel is not going because it's not a fucking technical death.
Yeah.
It's not because it's not technical death. I'd go if it was like a Stone Temple Pilots cover band and fucking a Rush cover band.
I've been to dances. I've been to dances. I've been to clubs with Joel
on weekends of our lives. That's why.
And when dance music's going, Joel's always like, "Let's make it a joke, dude." And I'm like, "No, dude, dance serious, dude."
Joel, you
never like that.
Dance. You don't even have to dance, dude. You know that we'll just hang out and drink. It doesn't matter. Okay, you should fucking go. It'd be so fun.
All right, what's it called again?
I want to find out.
What's it called?
UNTZ.
Actually, you know what, Chaney? Since you called me out, I have I listened to your podcast. So recently,
did I say something?
No, man. I'm calling out not in a bad way, but in like a funny way. But like you guys said on your podcast, I would never go to a metal festival. I would never go. Like, I don't want to go to a metal festival. Like, I would never. Like, why would I go to a metal festival? I'm like, I am flying to Psycho Fest in Las Vegas.
We're talking about
Was
going.
anybody paying attention to the chat right now?
Yeah, I am. But
the metal festival. That's the metal festival that I would go to. That shit.
I'm going there.
I'm talking about like I'm not.
Oh yeah, Joseph's going. No, Anthony, real quick. Joseph's going too, and like we're gonna have. I already got two.
Yeah, we want to go. We want to go.
I've already got 2 passes, and I'm ready to go.
Is it sold out?
You guys are psyched.
No, I don't think yet.
How many? Yeah, Joel.
I was talking about mainstream metal festivals. I would not go to mainstream metal festival.
Okay. Well, I mean, I would if it's close enough. Like what even Navene actually towards the end, because I was working like and listening to you guys in my AirPods.
What I do wrong,
but no, you guys were talking about it, and at the very end, Navene was like, "Dude, if it was like an Ozfest, I would go." And Chaney was like, "I don't know."
I don't know.
No, we were talking about that while we were in Des Moines. We're like, fuck, that fest looks sick. We should
not fest. I would. Okay, I lied.
Not
okay,
fest,
see,
yeah,
that's it.
That's why I knew. I'm shaking my head.
This is happening in Des Moines, not in Des Moines, outside of Des Moines.
It's where my grandma lives.
Yeah, it's in a really small town. It's like hilarious that it's going to be there because like the whole town's going to be like, fuck.
Yeah.
Well, they have.
It's like the Olympics.
Like a Woodstock kind of thing. Yeah.
The Olympics fucks the place that they go. Not best.
There's this festival called Laser Fest that has been in those that balloon field a lot, but there's only one road leading in and out of it.
Shit.
So
It's
if
like,
you go to it, you're in line for fucking like 5 hours.
It's
dude.
like if they had Knotfest in like Prunedale.
Or like the
Or
Watsonville
Pacifica.
Fairgrounds or something.
Yeah.
Watsonville Fairgrounds. One
Oh,
road in.
wow.
Yeah.
My God.
Yeah, it's like that. It's like that.
Be
Yeah,
Dude,
that's
if we have a tsunami, I'm fucked, dude. There's no way out of this place, dude. I'm stuck.
You are. That's true.
Pay attention to the chat because our friend Carrie, 2-time guest of this podcast, may have
been getting blown up.
Yeah, we've been we were told we should probably answer some chat questions.
Yeah, we got a lot of chat questions.
Oh, someone said that.
And Carrie actually tabulated them for us. Just like stepped up.
Carrie.
Yeah.
God damn it. I love Carrie so much.
Did you guys know Carrie had a heart-to-heart with Navene's dad a few weeks ago when we were all partying together? It was very beautiful on the phone.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
I was going to say earlier that I had the
Carrie
pleasure of
so
talking
much.
to Navene's dad at a show. Animosity was playing in the East.
My dad always
He does.
I had a hard time.
What's your dad's name again, Navene? Mark. Dude, I had a really great conversation. I can't remember any of it, but I had a great conversation and realized that I know exactly why you do music, dude.
Yeah. It's my pops. Yeah.
It's definitely that's exactly where it came from, dude.
Yeah, he's German. He's German.
And he is probably the best. What's the name of? I can never remember the name of the drum.
Cajon.
No.
Bongos.
No. Krishna.
Tabla.
Mridanga. They don't know what that is.
Okay, there's a drum called the mridanga, which is a drum that's
It's
used
like tablas, but it's like one drum.
But they use it for mantras. They use it for like mantras in Hare Krishna. And Navene's dad is the best mridanga drummer
he rips it for sure.
ever, dude.
Yeah,
Shout out to Mark, dude.
Yeah.
And so this is crazy. So your dad wrote a book about his father who was a survivor of the Holocaust, right?
That's right. Yeah.
So my dad also wrote a book.
Oh my God, he saw the Trump impersonation. Oh my God, Navene's dad also has a Trump impersonation that has gone viral.
On YouTube.
It's got like 125,000 views.
Yeah.
Wait, that's your dad? No fucking way.
That's my dad.
That's his dad. Did you see it?
Well, somebody in the comments just said, I saw a video of Navene's dad doing a hilarious
It went viral. I'm so sorry to interrupt you, but that's worth screaming about.
Yeah.
It's so funny, dude.
You interrupted.
I'm like, God damn it, Dad.
I was about to drop the
What were you
heaviest
saying?
thing.
What are you saying, Joseph?
My dad also wrote a book about his grandpa who also survived the Holocaust. So our dads have both written books about either their dads or their grandfathers surviving the Holocaust.
You will have to send me that book.
Yeah, please.
Wow.
He wrote it, and it's unpublished. It's sitting on his computer, and I'm probably gonna try to help him finish it.
Dude, push him, dude.
You have to. You have to get him to do that. It's very important.
He does a writing group, so I want to get him in touch with Mark, your dad, and get him to finish it and get inspired from your
dad. My dad, I mean, props to him for like getting it finished. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But it's such
I'd love to talk to you.
Such a Jewish American thing to just write the book about your parents who fucking fled or whatever. It's like
100%.
they're definitely not the only two dudes out there who've done that.
No,
but it's amazing. Yeah, the story, and I want to read your dad's book for sure and get my dad to read it and everything. So
definitely, I can send it to ebook.
The PDF or ebook. Fuck yeah, dude! I'll devour that shit.
Yeah, it's a small book, so you can read it in like an hour. It's
hell yeah,
a long read.
Well, his goal is to take it around the country and teach it in schools, because the thing is that eventually the story of World War II and the concentration camps and Nazis and Jews, that's going to be obsolete. People are going to look at it as it's going to seem like it never actually happened.
I'll fucking teach that shit at UCSC. I teach a class at UCSC. I could fucking teach that shit.
You do? What class do you teach?
I teach College 1 for Merrill College up there.
And
I have my own section of it right now. I literally have a week left to do whatever the fuck I want. So
wow, that's fucking incredible.
He's the professor.
I'm just a lecturer.
All right,
no. Here you're the professor.
From PDF,
dude, you are the professor. You're not just a lecturer. You are.
We'll get you a physical.
Hell yeah, dude.
But also, Navene just tracked the audiobook. Like Mark read through the audiobook, so he's working on getting that onto Amazon.
Yeah. Finish that up. I can do something. I've got a little influence up there. We're putting together another curriculum for next year and shit. So
curriculums are going around left and right, dude.
Yeah, very cool. That's awesome. That's awesome that you found out about that somehow. That's really cool.
From your podcast, you talked about it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And also you talked a lot about going to Abbott's Square, which is I went to Abbott's Square last time I was in Santa Cruz, and your fucking description of it was so spot on, hilarious. I was dying laughing. And when you said how all the wine moms come down with their fucking hats, I was fucking leveled by that, dude. It's so true. Oh my god. So
out of the mountains.
When you were like, do people from Santa Cruz listen to our podcast? I'm like, I'm listening and loving it. Everything you say about it, dude. It's so fucking good.
That's amazing.
Okay, so where do you right now?
I'm in Irvine. I'm currently in Long Beach. This is where my studio is at.
Oh, damn.
And I'm from Santa Cruz, and I'm actually teaching in person in the fall, so I'll be up there for the fall quarter.
Oh, we gotta hang out.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I feel like watching your episodes, I'm just like, dude, like there's so much we gotta fucking chill about. So
I think the end of this year is gonna be some cool shit because we're all gonna get back together, dude. That's what I think, dude.
True that.
Dude, let's get some of those questions. I mean, Carrie's been all right.
I'm ready to
go. Carrie. Okay, look at Carrie.
Okay.
Thanks, Carrie.
First question, Trevor Stewart. Can we hear a whole mouth? Can we hear a whole song with mouth dugga duggas? Like the worst question to start off with.
One of our new songs.
pick like a early
Cali
picture song that's only like 30 seconds long, dude.
All right, next question. Let's just move on. Lyrical theme on the new album.
Yeah, that's for you.
All right, I don't want to divulge too much of it, but I don't really want to talk about it yet until the album comes out. But it's
okay. Then we work that question from vocalist to vocalist. Can I just ask you as a writer myself? So, how personal do you go with your writing versus creation from observation and experience?
I'm like almost 100% from experience. That's how I've always written. But I'm very into like I studied philosophy for a few years in college. I'm very into existentialism and like living and dying and why, all the whys of life. Mm-hmm. So I write about it through that scope, but it's all very experiential. And what I will say is that I've had, before every record, it seems to happen that I have some huge life event happen. And the last record, a dear friend of mine killed himself, and that kind of led me into writing about Dark Future. And this time, I don't want to say too much about what has happened in my life lately, but like I never knew my biological father, and I'm being kind of opened into that world. He's passed away, but I'm starting to meet people from that part of my life, and it's really kind of warped my view of like growing older and time and all of that stuff. So that's where I'm going with this record, but I'll talk more about it when it comes out. But yeah, it's always through that like philosophical.
So you're down. You're definitely more dirt and plants versus space and stars.
Absolutely. I've never been a space and stars person.
Yeah.
Though I can respect it in other people's writing, I just don't. That's not like, I can't sit down and write about that. What I sit down and write about is like what's going on in my life and my own experience.
I've really tried to expand out further than my feet on the ground, but I still am feet on the ground.
Dude, totally.
Yeah. It's why try and write about something that I can't get to when I got all this around here?
I know. And there's something about performing lyrical content that doesn't have anything to do with you that feels so separate from like being that aggressive in a live environment. Like so much of my aggression comes out of like the stories that I've lived through. So much of my emotion comes through that. And like, I've cried on stage before singing a song about my friend. And I don't think that would happen if I was singing about like the space and the stars and that type of shit.
Any writing that I have to, it's just like, other than looking up at the stars, whatever metaphorical shit I can pull out of that, that's it, you know?
Yeah.
And the rest is what's
with your feet on the ground.
Me.
Exactly.
With my feet on the ground always, dude.
Exactly.
Actually, no, my feet aren't on the ground right now, dude.
Now you're lifted. But you know, with that being said, I'm also very into like wordplay and poetry. And I love like when cool phrases come across within what there's nothing better. Yeah, mine too, man. I'm a huge Sylvia.
Poetry first. That's where I started.
Same. Exactly.
Writing on paper. Yep. I didn't even think about a microphone.
Me either.
It was just pen to paper. That's
like, I remember being in 3rd grade, not knowing that I'd ever be a singer.
Straight up. Super young.
Poetry. Yeah, dude.
Art and poetry. I was drawing. My mom always laughs at me because she's like, you'd rather draw your toys than play with them.
It's true. Still, it's funny though how those things go hand in hand. Like I also draw. I spend just as much time drawing as I do, you know, working on lyrics and singing and shit. So it's like they go the visual mind and word, freaking words in an artistic way and actually drawing. They go so hand in hand with each other and they kind of inspire each other.
Mm-hmm.
We're about to actually launch Chaney's first collection.
My first print collection.
Yeah. So nice. Trevor, I was watching your stories, Chaney, and there's a style of drawing that you're doing with the dot work. What's that called?
Pointillism.
Pointillism. Okay.
Yeah. It's sitting and basically like dot. You know, it's for shading. I'm really into wood burning, and wood burning kind of feeds itself into it is pointillism essentially, just because it's easier to work that way. But yeah, it's like, you know, just the amount of dots that you put in a space. It's super time consuming, but it's also really meditative
and therapeutic. Yeah, I bet.
Super.
Could you wood burn some like dope pirate shit for me?
Pirate shit? Do you do?
Yeah, just like I love pirate shit. So just like something like skull and crossbones type shit.
Probably, yeah.
On like make it look like it's on like the bottom of a fucking ship.
I don't know. I do super abstract.
I mean, I'm half joking, but if you want to get serious, like
Wait, what about that huge circle? Not that. Do you have like the huge?
Yeah, show us an example. I'd love to see an example.
I'm wondering if there's the big geometric one that's on a circle. I think it might be deep in the closet.
Deep in the closet. This is another episode we've had people dig in their closet for us, dude.
This is a super old one.
Go back to Obi.
I've been doing more like dot work lately on not on wood, but this is
very cool.
Crazy. So now explain how you do that. Like you're etching into the wood. Whoa.
Cool. Nice.
So how what's the process?
Well, for that I have like these wood burning pencils. Yeah, stipling.
So you actually burn as it burns it as you're doing it.
Show it one more time.
Yeah, so you have a machine.
Well, he just went and put it back, but
hold on, it's up now.
Yeah, but I didn't get like everything because of like the way that the.
That's one of them. This is super old. Lately, I'm doing more dot work and pen, but
nice.
It's like there's this machine that you have that basically heats up a coil that you use to sit and stipple stuff, you know? Mm-hmm. But you can also get these like hand, it's essentially, what are those? Like a soldering iron. You can use those too. So those are like $15 machines. I now use a way more expensive machine just because it's way easier to burn that type of shit, or way easier to burn with that type of tool. But yeah, it's really cool. You can go on Amazon and just order the stuff to do it, you know, and get wood at Home Depot.
Pimp Nasty wants you to sell that shit.
I do sell it.
Pimp Nasty.
I've sold quite a bit of it. Actually, I did I also drew an artificial brain shirt back in the day, but
oh fuck.
Oh damn.
Artificial brain, shout out.
Yeah.
Shout out Oleg.
Yeah.
Fucking Oleg, dude. We want to get him on,
so
dude.
Sick. Oleg is such a sick guitar player.
Full disclosure, he's totally fucking said he's down, and then like things like snowballed with scheduling, and I was like originally wanting to get him
down
on for part 2 of coming on here.
Down for here.
For a part 2 severed, but we'd never done a part 2 severed. And then I was like, you know what? We could work him in with just the
live guitar for severed, just to clarify. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. When we met him, he was playing live for RDB because
RDB
on that. No, Dan was actually playing. No, wait.
He was like doing merch.
Oleg was doing merch for RDB because Dan Garge was actually on the tour. But yeah, I mean, RDB is sick as fuck.
He's a fucking madman.
No, Oleg is sick.
Oleg's like one of those dudes. Is like, if I ever wanted a song tabbed out, like give it to him and he'll learn it by ear and tab it for you.
Yeah.
That's how sick he is, dude.
That's awesome.
And he's a lefty too, so I even give him double fucking props for that shit because you ain't seeing lefties out there shredding like him. I don't know.
Joseph, weird me out, dude. I'm not down.
Lefties are weird. Isn't Miles?
I'm what? God, I feel attacked now, dude.
Miles is not. Miles Baker is not left-handed, but he plays his guitar.
Oh, Miles is
side down.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I was just kidding. It doesn't matter.
It is kind of weird, though. It is kind of weird. Like, what the fuck? What are you doing, man?
No, left-handed drummers are what pissed me off. That's weird,
dude. I had to learn right-handed. I learned as a lefty. I had to learn right-handed just because that's how everybody had their kit set up. You know, so I learned the right hand over on the hi-hat, but really, like now I can probably do it. So here's a question. I never asked this to any drummer right now, even with fucking Casey in my life for 20 years or whatever. Do lefties play with they follow on? Do they like play with their left foot? You know,
apparently.
Like, left foot?
Really? I teach a left-handed drummer student, and he just sets up his kit exactly opposite how you would set it up. And
I'm not down for that. I'm not down.
That feels weird to me.
Oh, fuck those people. I don't.
Yeah,
it does feel weird to me. Even as a lefty, I'm like, it feels more natural. I don't know if it's just because that's just how I taught myself over the years, but way more natural with right foot on the kick for some reason.
That's just weird. But if you have the open-handed symmetrical kit, you can play it lefty, you can play it whatever way you want.
Oh yeah, it's matched on each side. Yeah,
I actually would feel better if the hi-hat was over here.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
makes sense.
I suck at all of it, so it doesn't really matter.
All right, Joseph, another question.
Cut me off, please.
We're going back, so I hope that they're still listening because we're kind of still catching up. But
I think they are.
So
we're
Sway,
3 hours late.
Adore Black Metal is just up in here.
Hell yeah! But
I adore black metal too. I just want to.
I do.
So, any inspiration on the double mic thing from Diamanda Gallus?
Yeah, I have no idea who that is.
Okay.
So I was thinking I should check that out.
Yeah.
The double mic thing didn't come from any inspiration. We just decided that would be a good.
We're like, well, I guess we need to have two
thing
mics
to do. Yeah, it was like, all right, we're gonna have two mics then because we need to come up with these two different sounds. So it wasn't really inspired by anyone.
Okay. Getting back to the animals as leaders waitlist, which we did get into, but I actually do want to know this answer to this question. What riffs on waitlist are Navene's riffs?
Fuck, I don't know. See, the thing is, it's not really that I wrote a riff straight up. It would be like Tosin would have like a cool lead part, and then I'd like come up with like the rhythm to it. And honestly, I would have to listen to it to tell you which one. I can't remember.
The riffs are probably very Navene.
Okay, so I'm gonna just
Probably
say
pretty
for
obvious.
Yeah,
or black metal, you're gonna have to submit your guesses, and Navene will tell
I don't
you
know. I'd have to hear
if
it.
they're right.
Yeah.
It's been so long.
Send them to me, or send them to the channel where you think it might be Navene, and we'll send.
I
Navene.
remember hearing that record though, and it's like you can kind of be like, "Oh, this is definitely Navene's riff for sure."
Yeah,
there's some of them in there, but like I said, I wrote it to what he had already done. None of them are like my completely 100% original idea.
Okay.
It's Tosin had some cool lead or chord progression, and I was like, all right, let's make it a little more metal.
Okay, so question that do you remember that song that like Dustin had?
Yeah.
Was that a song that you just wrote by yourself though?
No, okay. So one of the songs on Waitlist, it's shitty that I don't know the name. Tosin actually came up. It was before we lived together, and we wrote like a song together.
Okay, I remember hearing that song like way before.
Yeah, and that song's on Waitlist.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. But we don't know which one it is. So.
One of those tracks.
It's the.
Dude, what's that one song? It always reminds me because I had a Casio when I was a kid.
It's the.
It's like my Casio, no joke. If I hit a button, would play that riff.
Yeah.
Way before it existed.
Before it was cool.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Fuck man, I had a sick acid trip to that album once, just in Santa Cruz Mountains, not Santa Cruz Mountains. Actually, okay, this is leading to a great thing, which is I think did you guys do that drone footage of your newest promo video up at Twin Gates?
I don't know the name of the place.
Would be. It's just like right by New Brighton.
Oh, okay, so I'm wrong.
Okay,
but I thought it was a little north, like up the one a little.
Oh no, it was literally 2 miles away from our house.
Yeah, it's like just past like one exit past New Brighton.
Yeah.
Like right over there.
Gotcha. Okay, other direction. Yeah.
Yeah.
Close enough. I mean, you know.
I mean, it's the same similar.
Yeah. Within several miles of that is gonna have similar terrain.
Yeah, it looks the same for sure.
Anthony, are you a graffiti artist? Asks Pimp Nasty.
No.
Graffiti artist?
Not at all. Never spray painted anything, dude. Never graph writed on shit.
Okay.
It sounds like you did, because who knows what graph writing is?
I know. What's your tag, dog?
All right, it was Shay-D.
Guilty.
Anthony Odious severed. No. Adore Black Metal again. Will you ever use any of your art on any Entheos merch or albums?
Probably not.
No, probably.
Navene keeps trying to get me to do that.
I vote yes. I vote yes.
I prefer making art for myself, and then if other people want to grab it,
we should make a shirt. Or we should definitely.
I don't know.
Yeah, I think that's cool. Doing a shirt, like if you don't want to be like, oh shit, pretentious enough to do the album.
But I would want to sell that for myself and make all the profits myself.
Totally. But it's just like a one-off for Entheos. Do a one-off for a t-shirt.
I probably will in the future for sure. Yeah, I will.
Oh yeah,
that'd be cool.
We're
pushing trace hours. We should probably.
We are.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, those are. I mean, we've got a couple questions, but I think some of them I know are answered on like your own podcast.
Let's take a couple. Let's take
a couple. Are you guys trying to get off because you're tired?
No, I'm not. No. I mean,
I've got a beer in the fridge.
I'm always down to grab one more beer. That's my favorite.
I still got a beer. I'm on your wavelength.
Answer the question.
Chaney, if you're gonna grab one, you gotta grab me one too.
Yes.
All right, let's do it.
I love you guys. God.
Okay. Well, everybody
unplug
could answer the questions are gone. Okay, actually, here's a question for Joel: Saint Anger or Reload?
Jeez. Well, obviously Reload. I mean,
fuck? Obviously.
If I had to pick between Saint Anger, I can't. I don't know. I've heard one song off of it or two songs, and I was like, Jesus Christ! Like, this is like it's the worst. It's almost like, to be honest with you, you know, like how people like they get around, they watch like Troll 2, like the worst movies ever made. That's kind of like an album that like you want to get around and just like have fun with, and everyone laughs. I think it's like a comedy album.
It's like that movie. What's that guy's name?
What? I don't know.
You're killing me. Whatever.
Oh, it's The Room.
The Room.
Oh, The Room. The Room. Yeah. That's what Trevor was telling me about that. Yeah. No.
Oh, you gotta watch The Room.
I heard it's supposed to be the worst. I mean, Troll 2 I heard was the worst, and now I'm hearing The Room is the worst.
They're both the worst, but they're like the worst in a really good way, because there are movies that are the worst in a way that no one would ever talk about them again.
Yeah. It's
These
kind of
are
like
the
a cult
worst
worst.
and the best. Yeah.
What
I will say is The Room has like 27 sex scenes, and they're all literally the same 10 seconds of footage, just rolled one after another. It's the same thing over and over again.
Just like filmed on Navene's fucking old iPad video or iPod video.
Yeah, exactly. That's the camera quality.
Hey man, that thing got me through some rough times too.
Oh my god.
Oh man.
Zeratin asks, Navene, will there ever be any future Animosity anniversary merch released like the animal sweater?
I think so. Yeah, we've been talking about doing it. Chaney and I have been talking about starting like a store that kind of has like everything her and I have been a part of, and there would be like Animosity merch, Fleshrot, I mean, you name it, you know, systems, everything in there. So that's Entheos as well, obviously, like kind of more collectors type stuff. That's like one of our goals that we want to do.
Nice.
For sure.
Another Navene question. He's asking, did you write the riffs for Ever Expanding Human?
He definitely did.
Yeah.
He definitely did.
What band? What?
That's us. He
okay.
definitely wrote that. Yeah, it's on the Infinite Nothing. Those are
okay.
Yeah.
Definitely. Wrote all but one riff.
And the solo is yours too. A lot of the solos in our music are Navene's solos.
Actually, you know what? That was a Malcolm song.
Oh shit. Sorry, Malk. Sorry, Malk. My bad.
So that was Adore Black Metal asking that. So to be clear, so that's a Malcolm song.
No.
I wrote the song.
Malcolm
Malcolm
is a great guitar player. He's never written a song in our band.
Yeah, he did the solo. He did the solo.
Okay. Okay. Thank you for clarifying over my fucking.
But he did the first solo, but the later on in the song there's like a lead.
It's like
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, see, we can do it. All right, Navene, you get the rhythm. I'll get the lead. We do that in our house sometimes. I'll be like, baby, you get the rhythm.
Yeah,
I get the lead.
Even when you're like doing dishes, like you get the rhythm, I get the lead.
Exactly,
Yeah.
we do it.
Like a death metal duet.
Doing all the pots and pans is rhythm, and the lead is throwing everything else in the dishwasher.
Yeah. Only for the cat, though. Only for the cat.
Just a follow up from Zeratin on the Animosity merch question. He says he went to an Animosity show at Chain Reaction and was given small shirts instead of large, but he still owns them.
Who was that merch guy?
Damn, that sucks.
Who was that merch guy? He needs fired.
If someone gave me a small, I'd be like, dude, what am I gonna do with this?
Yeah.
Like, are you kidding me?
Like, make underwear out of it, or
the
yeah.
Brutal tour?
I'm not a big guy, but like even a large is like, well, this thing is kind of tight. Yeah.
Dude, how is it like order like if you're in a band's like overseas and shit, and you're like, oh yeah, fuck yeah, I want to get your shirt, blah blah. I'll order the same size I do in America. It's like they're like, sick dude, here's a fucking youth small.
Why do they?
Like,
Why is it?
it's like
If I order a shirt from Europe, it's always XL. Period.
Yeah. I go one size up. Europe is one size up.
I'm always
Folks, if you're ordering, one size up.
Yeah. I actually have a couple of shirts from Europe.
Wow,
TBH.
that was a humble brag,
Humble
Navene.
brag. Yeah.
Navene is obviously legit and super brutal.
I got some brutal shirts from Europe. Hold on.
Dude, I got a cephalic shirt that's from Europe, and it's so short. It's so short.
Dude, today full blown disclosure. How do we feel about Jacob Umansky? Really, really good.
Yeah. We like him a lot.
Yeah. Great dude. That's how we feel about him. Good at playing the bass guitar.
This is a guy question in the chat where
okay.
What I want to say is that dude, today we went to Bagelry, right?
Oh, yeah.
And keep in mind we just got back from Iowa where everyone is super friendly. And the man who was serving us, Navene was like, I was like cleaning off my glasses or something, and Navene was like, dude, sick shirt and sick hat.
Yeah, he had a Leviathan hat. I don't know if you guys like that black metal dude.
Yeah. Oh, is that the Bagelry?
Yeah, dude had a Leviathan hat and a Batushka shirt. You know what I mean? Like ultimate black.
Damn, just throwing street cred like at everyone.
I was like, dude, first of all, before we even order, man, like sick hat and shirt. Just saying.
And then I was like, oh, dude, is that a Batushka shirt? And he was like, yeah.
He's like, yeah, what do you want?
Like, what can I get you?
How funny is that? I mean, it's been talked about a million times, but like that metal camaraderie of like the dude in the grocery store, like you make eye contact, you both have the metal shirts on, but like you're like, shit, should I say what's up? Or
I say what's
up. This guy wouldn't.
I wasn't feeling it.
He wasn't feeling it.
I wasn't feeling it.
Well, someone asked about
isn't that funny? You fly a flag, and then when people see your flag, you're like, nah, dude, I don't want you to look at my flag.
You'd expect them to be like, oh, you know what that is? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
How random is it to like?
Yeah.
Bands?
It's like if I wear it, I have a random black metal shirt too, dude. It's from a band called Odraza. I think they're from fucking Ukraine or some shit.
Wait, is it Olhava?
No, Odraza. They're fucking sick, dude. Please, anybody check. If anybody who's interested in this shit, Odraza.
I'm sold.
I'm sold. And I don't even know why I brought them up, but I'm just basically like, if somebody was to recognize that, I'd be like, oh, dude, we're in the same fucking club, dude.
Yeah.
You're a member of my club.
Oh, the cat. There was a question about cat, and now there's a cat. So
our cat.
Another cat appearance on the Cali Death podcast, dude. It's like, it's
like
literally
80%.
probably over 10 now.
We decided when we were in Des Moines that we hate dogs. No offense. But
I'm allergic to the cats. I love cats, but I'm just allergic.
I'm a cat guy. I'm just a cat guy. That's just what it is.
Like, wait, what? What did you just say?
Oh yeah,
I'm a dog guy.
Dog.
Actually, I'm a reptile guy.
I
have a tarantula upstairs right now.
Dude, fuck that.
That's not a reptile, but
I had a tarantula.
What did you just say about dogs?
Wait, that's a cute dog.
Rufus.
What did you just say about dogs?
But I want to
say that again. Say that again.
I'm a cat guy. Hey, Rufus, I'm a cat guy.
We're not big dog people. Big dogs, they need to fuck off.
What do you say?
My mom
big
has
dogs do need to fuck off.
That dog is all cute. That's you know why you like that dog though?
Because he's small.
He's more like a cat.
Yeah,
he's a cat. It's basically a cat that barks.
But guess what? He's a dog though.
He's a fucking Rufus, dude.
Yeah.
His name is Rufus. He's a warrior.
No, he is cute. I love that dog.
I like that dog too, but it's very quiet and it doesn't move.
Yeah,
a lot.
not like
Rufus. What are you
That's why I like him.
That's not
quiet. He barks all the time.
That's not a dog. That's pretty much just a cat.
He's yawning.
He's on the podcast, Rufus.
He's not a dog in a good way, though. No, I'm not joking. Huge dogs, I can't really fuck with them.
Yeah, big dogs that jump up on you and want to knock you.
It's just loud ass barks, dude.
It's just you have to deal with like if you want to like leave town for the night, you got to figure that shit out. It's like it's like a cat. I can like literally go to like for Psychofest. I can be like, hey, Sagan, here's 3 cans of food, 2 things of water, and like you're gonna be in like a clean litter box and just shit that shit up. Fucking drop all those logs, dog. It's fresh for you. And I'll come back and I'll clean all that shit and you're fine. He's like, yeah, I'm fine.
And
Totally.
I've had to be at I've gone to your place while you were gone and got my shit out of your spot, and Sagan, he didn't even show his face, but I used your bathroom before I left, and I was like, oh dude, he knows exactly what he's doing.
Yeah, he knows what he needs to do. Like, what a trip
Are you
about like
cards, Anthony.
I'm actually I'm
Oh yeah, he does this at the end of every podcast. He gets drunk and he starts playing with cards.
That's sick.
I'm underneath that's all I do. This is like my fidget thing, dude, is just fucking play with.
See, like shuffle them and all, like dealer style and shit.
Cardistry. They call it cardistry now, but yeah, dude.
Okay.
Cardistry.
Yeah.
Sandwich artist.
But I'm not any good at it. I've only learned a few things that I'll show you guys off the podcast if I can't even fucking do them yet, dude. It's like trying. All right, dude, I'm gonna fucking do some shit. Right no, dude, don't wait for me.
That's my favorite thing is that if I'm drunk at the end of the night and one of my friends starts busting out like cards and magic, you know,
I want to be that guy.
Yeah.
I want to be that guy that just
we know a guy who's like stick legit with magic.
But he bends forks, and I'm beginning to think it's not real.
Yeah, he bends forks.
I want to be the guy who does the card tricks that everybody's like, oh yeah, dude, fuck yeah, and then they forget about it and they all
totally. But they'll tell people.
We all get fucked up. And
the next day they'll remember it a bit and they'll tell like a couple of their friends.
Dude, there was a guy at a fucking work party that literally was like, oh, you want to do a card trick? And like did like one of those ones where you like sign the card and it turned out like it was like under a person's like hat somewhere. And I was like David Blaine kind of shit. And I was like,
Pharaoh fan, what's up?
We know a guy who did.
Whoa.
Damn Katana over there, dude.
All right.
No, you got to be able to do the tricks. You got to be able to do that cardistry.
Yeah.
For sure, dude.
It is all about it's just getting your fingers in the right place, doing it.
That's what she said.
Right pressure, blah 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 blah.
It's also
enough about the cards, dude. Everybody's stoked about the cards.
Ketamine and magic is great.
Ketamine and magic is great.
All right.
I don't know. GHB and magic is pretty sick. I'm just kidding.
Oh, GHB is not.
You know,
I've never done it, but
I'm starting.
Well, we've done it, but it wasn't by choice.
Oh. We did do it.
Oh shit.
We did it by choice.
Oh, we did do it by choice.
Yeah, we did it by choice.
Yeah. Fuck.
You guys had a podcast recently with a certain member of a band. He was talking about being straight edge, and I just was loving like listening to you guys in the background, just going like, I was like, I fucking rage with these motherfuckers. I know that they're just like not these straight edge motherfuckers.
We were like, what?
He's all like the straight. I just know all the people like doing drugs. You can't trust them, blah blah. And I'm just sitting there going like, all right, well, drink. Like,
yeah, party on, dude.
Party on.
I don't know who you were talking about that we did that with, but yeah.
It was the guy talking about the cruise and stuff. Anyways.
Straight edge cruise. Extol is sick.
Oh yeah.
Extol is sick,
I like
dude.
Extol.
Yeah, Extol is
yeah,
shit,
dude. It's funny. I'm starting a new job tomorrow in the morning. So.
Oh my god.
You ready?
You're starting a job tomorrow.
I got some new clothes, dude. I'm fucking all spiffed up. I grease up my hair.
He's getting in the. He's trying to be fully funded. He's getting the IT. He's getting
it's teaching music.
I thought it was the IT one.
No, it's a super awesome school. Yeah, I'm super stoked. I'm gonna teach music. But yeah, man.
What are you saying?
We're gonna wind this down. We're gonna wind.
I think that's a wind down.
I'm just saying, like I'm good for another like 3 hours, but after that, like it's like I probably should go to bed by like 3 a.m.
No, that's fine. I'm not working tomorrow, so I'm just doing music stuff. So
work at 7:30, but I also clock in from bed.
Yeah. All right, that's having us,
man. Yeah,
that's
I think.
Awesome, dude.
Let's go. I think we should go and wind this shit down, dog.
Yeah. We got
your guys' longest podcast.
I think this
might be the
longest.
We just
I think this is the marathon. Yeah.
We severed one.
And we have the most watchers right now. We have the most people watching. I mean, it's
33.
Wow. And yeah.
And we're trying to end it.
I wanted to take the.
It's because of my card tricks, dude.
It's the card tricks.
Anthony,
wait, check that out. Wait, let me stand up for this one. I just busted it out nice.
Honestly, dude, I don't think it's about
And the show is over.
Yeah, Casey, it was totally about the cards, dude.
Yeah. All right. Well, hey,
you are a genie, dude.
It was a quick podcast. I know you guys will need to get going, but thanks for stopping by.
Yeah.
Dude,
yeah, fuck yeah, dude.
Thank you so
Thanks
much
for stopping by
with us.
Stopping by.
Stopping by on the online.
You guys do a
dude.
podcast or something? I don't know what's going on.
We're basically just
do it.
we're basically hugging California all the way down. It's like we got the north, the south.
Copper crab right here.
Like a California.
Navene, let's do. Navene, let's
Put it on your
something for
feet,
birthday.
dude.
Yeah.
Let's rage for your
Put
birthday.
it on
Let's
your
have something fun
feed.
for your birthday.
Yeah.
I can't.
That's what.
Oh shit.
Sick, dude.
All right. Let's wrap this up.
Dude.
All right. We love you guys. Thank
Love
you
y'all.
for all the people who stuck around. What, 33 something people? Fuck yeah, dude. That's a fucking party right there, dude.
Really is.
Yeah, man,
Yeah.
dude.
No doubt. Thank you so much. Come back next week. Fucking hit up the fucking socials, do all the buttons and all that shit. Hit up Copper Crab podcast too if you haven't yet. This is a fucking
great podcast.
Most
It's a great
importantly,
podcast.
Yeah.
Thanks,
we love
guys.
your podcast. Yeah.
most
Thank you.
importantly though, listen to death metal.
Listen
Oh.
to
Motherfucker.
always.
Keep it alive.
For sure.
out, dog.
All right, guys.
Put the thumb out. And,
Yeah, brother.
and check
Yeah,
out that
brother.
Entheos shit. And that shit's
Yeah.
coming hard on Metal Blade. What's up? All right.
What's up?
Love you guys. We'll see you next week.
All right, dude.
Yeah. Rock
Stay
on.
after for a second.
Rock on.
Yeah. Pre-pod, post-pod, blah, blah, blah.
Peace out, guys.